you so much for being here. And we are going to take a look and see who is coming towards you. This is actually my favorite reading. I know I say it about a lot of different titles, but this one really is my favorite. And I'm excited because we're going to use the Human Spirit Oracles to pick a pile, which I love. These oracles, you can take reversals in this deck. So if it comes out reversed, I'm going to leave it. I will read a portion of that from the book when we get into your pile. So we're going to pick from 4 different piles today. Keep in mind that in these readings, this could have to do with anybody in your life. This could even be a stranger that's coming towards you. So just keep an open mind here. This could be love. You know, sometimes they do come across in that way. So, okay. So pile 1, we're going to do 4 piles. Pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Okay. All right, let's see what we have. If you want to skip forward, there's a little bit of a meditation after this intro. It is in the timestamps down below in the description box. Okay, pile 1, y'all have I Am Blue, number 2. Okay. Pile 2, y'all have Forever Young, number 38. Okay. Pile 3, y'all have a reversal. It's the number 19, and it's the butterfly effect. And pile 4, y'all have the number 44, and it's Manifest Your Miracle. Okay, guys. So if you need it, like I said, there's that meditation. If you're having a difficult time choosing a pile, it could be that you need to use a pendulum, perhaps, for some of you, if you're into that. For others of you, maybe just sit in silence, close your eyes and meditate for a minute. And when you come back to this, just when you open your eyes even, which pile is it that you feel most drawn to? If you feel like you're really drawn to one pile, but then there's another pile that's getting your attention, or even if there's 2 piles that are really getting your attention, then it could be that there is a short message there. It could be also a different perspective. It could be you going towards someone else. So keep that in mind. It could also be someone very close to you, and it could be their situation that you're picking up on, and maybe you can give some advice to that person or give them a heads up even. So keep all those in mind. Remember, these are general readings. Not everything's going to fit to your pile or to your situation. Don't try to force it or make it fit. If it starts to become confusing, if it starts to become where it's just not making any sense, it's time to let go of the reading, okay? Because if you kind of sit there and try to make it fit, it can make you more confused, obviously, with your situation or with, you know, whatever's going on in your life. So we don't want that. So always remember, you are in control of the reading itself. You have the ability to click off if you feel like a reading's starting to make you feel any kind of negative way, or it's going to ruin your day. So use your best in your own discernment. Also listen to your intuition. If y'all are interested in a personal reading from me, I'm open back up to that. And I'm going to post my current specials on my community page, so keep an eye out for that, and information for all that's down below. If you've already reached out to me and I haven't responded, it's because I went on a hiatus altogether for a couple weeks. So if you want to reach back out to me and send me another email, or send me the same email over, I'll try to go through there and find you guys, but just in case, that would be helpful. And yeah, and that's it. So timestamps for everything will be down below, and I will see you at your pile. Okay, pile 1. So if you chose actually number 2, and it says I am blue, or am I blue? I think I said I am blue in the intro too. So I'm not sure quite yet if this is your energy or if this is who's coming towards you. I want to say it's more of who's coming towards you. So This may be someone that's not doing so great. There is so much blue here, even though it says blue. This is like communication, the throat chakra. Blue's also the watery energy. So this could be a water sign. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But this could also just represent someone bringing a lot of emotion your way. Okay, so let's take a look, and I'm going to read from the book and see what it says real quick. This is on page number 14, which is actually Temperance and Tarot, which is about like compassion and balance and, making sense of things and compromise. So this says, hey, you turn that frown upside down. With all the fear tactics that are going around in the world today, it's easy to get caught up in the sorrow and worry. It's understandable that every now and then we get into our emotions. We cry, we feel sad, we get scared, and even isolate ourselves from our friends and our loved ones. We're asking you not to wallow or get stuck in these feelings. Mental health is a part of self-care, and nurturing yourself is exactly what you need at this moment. Recognize when you have spent too long in the deep blue, and if you feel like that you're drowning in sorrow, please seek a life preservative. There is no shame in the game, and it's okay to not be okay. There is such a stigma around mental health and wellness. Do not let pride get in the way of self-care. An act of self-kindness is sometimes all we need to chase our blues away. So I do feel like for some of you, this is definitely going to be someone coming towards you in this energy. But these roles can always be reversed. Keep that in mind in these readings. I mentioned that in the intro, that in these readings, sometimes the roles can be switched around. Okay, so you could be going towards someone else. So these are called the Visions of Life Tarot. This is actually a tarot deck. I use them as oracles. You'll see why when I get into it. I don't know if they sell this anymore or not, but it's called the Visions of Life Tarot. I will call the tarot cards out if I can tell you what they are, but you'll see why that's going to be difficult in just a second. Okay. When I first got this deck, I had it for about a week, and my kids got a hold of it. My little one got a hold of it somehow and lost it. So I haven't found it since, and I can't find it anywhere online either. So I'm kind of stuck here for now. Okay. That might have to do with this, what I just said. Like something being out of someone's control and they're kind of stuck in a position. Okay. Visions of Life Tarot. I'm telling you. What does this have to do with pile 1? Who is coming towards them? Who is coming towards pile 1? Yeah, like insomnia. And then you have action. This is the Chariot. So Cancer energy. So that watery energy is there. Who is coming towards estrangement? This is definitely someone that's feeling very isolated. Self-sufficiency. Bottom of the deck is stability. Okay, so what does this have to do with? Who is this? We're also going to get some characteristic cards so you can see kind of more who this is, or at least what kind of energy they're in. This will just kind of help if you do know this person. So obviously this is the Nine of Swords, right? Insomnia. But you notice in this card, she's out of sheet. She's already went through all of the things that she could possibly think of. And she's just staring at this fence up at night, so this is someone that's stressed out. This is someone that's, maybe this is the last resort. With the Chariot energy here, knowing that this is the Chariot and this action card and the way that she's like, she's pedaling there, and she's using actually that cupcake as her motivation, even though that's why she's on the bike in the first place, which is so ironic, right? I guess you could say, and it's not ironic, it's contradictory, I guess, right? So this is like needing to take action here with something. But this is in this estrangement energy with this, he has his tongue tied. The Chariot being here, this is when you need to do something for your best or your highest good, and you have to take control. You have to fight yourself over what you're afraid of and take control in order to get yourself into the best position possible. And this estrangement with the tongue-tied energy, I feel like this is someone that I feel like they're having a hard time saying this, that perhaps maybe they need some help here with self-sufficiency. And this is what we talked about here in our card as well. I think there's someone here that's been having a hard time dealing with their stability. And this could be even emotional for a lot of you, because I am blue. But I feel like it's just something in particular that they are struggling with, and they're having to find the courage and the strength to perhaps come towards you and reach out for that life preservative. And this has also, I feel like, something to do with their self-sufficiency. So this may be someone that feels like they're very strong on, I can do it. Like, I can do it myself. I can get over it myself. I can get through it myself, or I need to. And so I think that it's taken them a lot of courage and strength to be able to even come towards you in the first place. I think that's another reason that you have this insomnia, like it's keeping them up at night, or their issues or something is keeping them up at night. Can you tell me who this person is? Who is this person that's coming towards pile 1? Passive-aggressive notes writer. This is someone that this may be, okay, a couple things here. One is this may be somebody that is a note writer, like they write themselves messages or notes, or they leave themselves, even if this is like an inspirational note, right? But what I'm actually getting from this is someone that I feel like is more so hard on themselves, like harder on themselves. Passive-aggressive notes writer. This is someone that would, and this notes could be even a text, depending on how you know this person, but they could be very passive-aggressive in their messages, and this can come across as confusing at times. Okay. Something may actually have to do with the refrigerator on a note. That is how you know this person. Who is this person? FOMO sufferer. I don't know why I had a hard time getting that out. So this is someone that has a fear of missing out. Okay, so this is someone that may be very involved into a lot of different things, or that you may, like, you talk to them 1 minute and they're doing this, and then the next couple weeks they're like on to something else, or there's just like this fear of missing out, so they may actually miss out on a lot of things. I feel like this is someone that does like half jobs, like or half involved or half interest. So they get themselves into a lot of different things because they have a fear of missing out on anything, but they never really fully develop one thing, one skill, one talent, one career, whatever it is, that they never stay in one thing very long to really ultimately see like the final outcome or the goal being reached in some way. Okay. Because of fear of missing out. What's the bottom of the deck? Procrastination master. Okay. So this is someone that may find themselves in a bind because they do procrastinate things. Maybe they have a hard time making up their mind, which brings me back to this FOMO sufferer. Okay. So maybe you know who this is. Maybe you don't. Let's see. I'm try to fit everything on the board without, oh yeah, well, this one's not. That's okay. We will put it, actually, let's do this. Sorry, I have to do this. It's kind of like a pet peeve, I guess you could say, but okay, how's that? And I want y'all to be able to see all the cards too, because in readings like this, there are certain images. You know, when we talk about like pay attention to synchronicities and numbers and synchronic numbers and just all this other stuff, phrases, sayings, it's important for y'all to see on the cards, because there may be something here that's helping you to connect to this reading. Like, oh wow, yeah, I've been seeing cupcakes everywhere lately, you know. You know, something like that. So keep that in mind. Okay. This is the Blooming Cat Tarot, which I'm excited to use in this reading. Just give these just a few more quick shuffles. I do always shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle all of my tarot decks and all of the oracles in between the readings and before the readings. But I just like to shuffle on camera. Okay. Especially after we've already read all this energy. Okay. What does this person want that's coming towards pile 1? What does this person want that's coming towards pile 1 with I am blue? Okay, so you have a King of Wands. This may also, by the way, be someone that's been, well, I kind of already said this, but they're like been trying to work on themselves with this self-sufficiency. King of Wands here, it's Leo energy, so with insomnia there, I feel like this is someone that's, they may be worried because they're like I said, they're trying to be this person. They're trying to be this leader. They're trying to be strong. They're trying to be independent. They're trying to be an entrepreneur. They're trying to be like this, but this is something that is stressing them out, you know. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. This is someone I feel like that's needing not only to take action, but they see the hands that are reaching out. So this is someone that's like reaching out to you. This could be someone that's hoping that you're generous with them in whatever capacity that is. It's different for everybody. Let's see what estrangement is. Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This person, this is about having the courage and the strength to be able to do something that is difficult. Like, to me, the Knight of Pentacles, when he's in reverse, it's like he can't do it alone. This is also difficult for this person, I feel like, to let their guard down or put their pride and ego to the side. It doesn't come from I don't feel any kind of negativity from this person. I feel like this is more so this person, I feel like, struggling. And you know, we talked about that in the card. Put your pride to the side, you know. This is someone that may feel like they need some kind of help, like they can't do something alone. They don't know how they're going to be able to continue or keep moving forward. Why self-sufficiency here? The Tower in reverse. I saw that when we were shuffling. That's Scorpio energy. This is putting yourself back together, putting something back together. This person needs help putting something back together. It could be just themselves, or it could be something that's around them, something that they feel like is being destroyed or taken away. The Tower being in reverse here. They're trying, or they have been trying to put something back together, and I feel like there's an inability to be able to do that alone. Why is the King of Wands here? The Knight of Cups in the reverse. This is when something doesn't go according to plan. This is someone that feels as if they haven't lived up to something. with that Knight of Cups in reverse. It's where your emotions aren't, to me, I always see it as a charming energy, but there's manipulation behind that charm, where someone is trying to exceed their situation in some way, or they manipulate their way into being a King of Wands, but it's without being this person, it's getting to them emotionally, being able, without being able. This could be someone here, if this has to do with love, there's something to do with them being worried about you moving in a different direction. The Nine of Cups in reverse can look like that as well, as if they bring a certain energy to you. If they're not this King of Wands, there's this fear or worry around you perhaps moving into a different direction. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? The Fool. This person is needing, they have to take a risk. They have to risk this. They don't have a choice. They don't want to, because what they're risking is maybe perhaps how you're seeing them, coming to you in this vulnerable state. They are risking how you see them. And especially if this is someone where there's, romantic interest involved. This is definitely someone that doesn't want you to see them in a, other than this King of Wands, which is who they want to be. You have Aries energy there with the Fool. Why is the Knight of Pentacles in reverse? Six of Swords in the reverse. Well, there's definitely something that this person's having to go back on. This is why they're tongue-tied. This is like something that somebody says they're going to do, or how they're going to do it, or that they are doing something. Like they may have even lied and said that things are going great, or yes, I did do that. Or I think what they lied about is the King of Pentacles. So what they're lying about is what they're capable of, or where they are, and they're having to go back to something. This is where the lowering your ego or hurting your ego is really here for this person. This having to go back on their word, go back on what they've said. And it could be about leaving something behind. This could be something, someone, or a situation, or a particular way of being, like how they, like I said, how they said, oh, everything's great, but meanwhile, there's like a whole storm brewing up right over here. And if they're a procrastinator, they're definitely waiting till the very last minute. That's why we started here with a 9. They've literally waited till the very last minute. Why is the Tower in reverse? 7 of Cups. Yeah. They're having to look at their choices. They have no other choice but to have to look at their options. They're needing to. You have the 2 same cats here that are here falling out. Now remember that this is the Tower that's in reverse. So either this is someone, I feel like, that's looking at their options because they're trying to prevent this Tower. Like they recognize that it's got some cracks in the foundation. We've got to do something about this, or this whole thing is going to come down. But it's like they wait to the very last second. This reminds me of my windshield in my car. It does. I got my windshield. It's cracked. It got hit by a rock, and I've been just putting it off because I didn't want to be without my vehicle so that they could fix it. And I don't live in a place where you can just call somebody to come to your house. I live in a place where you have to go let it sit in a shop for a day or two before you can get it back. And I just haven't wanted to let go of my car. I have another crack there now because I got hit by another truck. I live in Texas. We have a lot of rock haulers around here. And I marked it to where it was so that I can keep track how far, if it is growing. So I know like when I need to plan for that day. And it's about 2 inches growth on it. So I really need to do that, but I keep procrastinating. But I know I need to get it fixed because it could be damaging, and that's what we see here. And that's self-sufficiency, that's on me. That is on me. I have everything I need to be able to do it. I'm just putting it off because I just don't want to have to, and I think that that's what we're seeing here is that somebody's been putting something off because they haven't want to have to do something. They could be learning how to be more independent or be more self-sufficient, and that's going to come with some bumps and bruises for sure, depending on where this person is in life. If this has to do with something in a situation or emotional, then this is definitely someone that has been trying to ignore these emotions, not making a decision until they feel like they have to and they don't have a choice. This could even look like being in a bad situation, and it's time for them to reach out and try to get some advice or help, and they've literally waited to the very last second, and they know that they need to take care of themselves. They need to do something here about this. Something has happened where now this person is kind of forced into, okay, this is time, and I need to make a decision here with this. So something getting out of hand, with the Tower being here, trying to avoid complete destruction. For some of you, this Tower may have already happened for this person, and now that's why they're looking at their options, because they can't be self-sufficient wherever they are. So this is something that they're kind of pressured into, The Tower is a wake-up call. It's like being struck by lightning. It's out of your control. And it's a wake-up call from Spirit, from the Divine, from Source, Universe, to say, hey, you've waited long enough. You need to make some changes here. You've got to do something about this in order to take care of yourself and your responsibilities here. Just like my window, my mirror, or my glass, it could get worse, or it could even break completely, and then it would be even worse than what it could have been if I would have just fixed it. And that's what you see here. This is part of why this person's pride or ego is having to take a blow, is because they had every opportunity, chance. They just waited too long, and it got out of hand, and now they don't have a choice. So they have to look at their options. Okay, so what's going to happen here with this? With you? What are you going to say to this person? We're going to go back through these, and I'm asking about your energy. Okay, so where are you at with this person, with the King of Wands and the Knight of Cups? Where are you at with this person? Two of Wands. You're being at a crossroads. You may already kind of feel this, or know like this is coming, or feel like this is something that you thought about with this person is, hey, if they come to me in this way, what direction am I going to take? What choice am I going to make? You know that this person may need to make a choice. Like you already know, like they need to go in a different direction, or they're at a crossroads in some way. There could be distance here with the world that he's sitting on there. This always reminds me of the moon too, which is, you may even feel like, like this person's afraid, or they're worried, or they're going through something. You've kind of been waiting for them to come to you, in a way. So, but I definitely feel like you think that you're going to be the one, you're going to have to make a decision about this. Being at a crossroads. Now that Six of Pentacles with the Fool is offering someone some sort of clean slate or new beginning, or, being able to give to someone so they can do that. Why is the Six of Pentacles with the Fool? The Ten of Cups in reverse. You know this person is, well, first off, you're not happy about whatever this is. I feel like that you also know that this person is going, like, emotionally, not in a good place. And so even though you may not be happy about this, I feel like you're definitely not like putting any more pressure on this person than what they already are under. There's a feeling of being upset, but kind of keeping that to yourself, because this person comes to you. They may even come to you in tears. I mean, this person comes to you very vulnerable, and you're definitely not putting this person any more down than what they need to be. But I also feel like that I don't know that you can actually take action towards helping this person either, at least in the way that they may be asking you. But you sympathize with this person, you know? What about the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse with that Six of Swords? How are you feeling about this? The Eight of Cups in reverse. You knew there's something here emotionally that you've already been kind of holding on to. It could have been something this person said, or it's just that you've seen, or it doesn't really matter how. You just know that there's something going on with this person that you've not been able to detach emotionally from. Like, you've been trying to figure this out, and it's in the way of some kind of communication or knowledge that you have. Like, you've still been thinking about it. Like, you haven't let it go, you know? I think there's something here that maybe it just didn't make sense. Whoa, okay. The Sun and the Page of Wands just both came out, and they were sideways, or even kind of like this. This is the message that we're talking about. This is the message I was saying. You know, this person may have said something that was a red flag. You know, there was something here that you saw. And, but this is also sideways. You know, it's crazy is I feel like this is a situation where you know that however you respond or whatever you say is going to kind of make or break this person's, wherever they're standing at. It's like you can be their hero, you know, in this situation, by what you say or how you sympathize or what you offer to be helpful to this person, or, you know, you can break them. There's this mental, emotional understanding of it. There's been something this person has said to you that's just seemed off. You ever have anybody like say to you that you know really well, the way that you ask, like, so how are you doing? Or how have you been? How's that situation been going? And you can tell by their response, because you know them so well, that they're playing off it being fine or good, but you know it's not. There's something of that nature that was here with this person that you haven't been able to really detach from. Like, you just knew there was a red flag there, something alerting you that there's something off. Okay. The King of Cups and the Strength in reverse just fell on the floor, which is telling me that this person, I feel like, was having a hard time. Some of you may have even gotten somewhat impatient with this person because you want them to be able to be vulnerable with you and open emotionally, and they weren't at that time that we just talked about, because you knew something was off. Yeah, you may feel like, but I guess it's a lesson they have to learn, right? And it's not their time. But it's like, why won't you just tell me these things? Or why won't you just talk to me? I could have helped before it got to this point. I could have talked to you before it got to this point. We could have fixed this before it, you know, the tower is here. I wish you would have opened up to me and talked to me. You know, there is this frustration that's there. Okay. Why is the Seven of Cups here with the Tower in reverse? The King of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. Self-sufficiency with the King of Pentacles in reverse is someone that has the inability to be able to take care of themselves, or they don't have what they need in order to be able to take care of themselves, or take care of their responsibilities, or take care of whatever they need to. For others of you, if this is romantic, there could be someone here in this person's life that they're looking at their options because they're trying to prevent upsetting this person in some sort of way. Okay. There is a storyline I want to kind of zone in on for a minute, and it has to do with someone that is in a bad relationship, or even perhaps a bad just committed relationship in whatever way that is. And I just got really emotional. Just so y'all are aware, that's not me. But whatever this is about, it's definitely someone that feels really emotional, which I am blue. Now I am blue. That could be tied up into a situation that is not good for them, and they want to avoid a total disaster, and they're starting to look at their options, but it's really hard for them to confess this, that they need help, or that things are not great when it comes to that relationship. This is like when you're hoping that things will just get better, but they don't. And something could have happened in this person's life with this other person that is hard for them to wrap their head around themselves, much less express it. And that's taken some time. So I would say, go easy on this person. Either way, I would say. But I don't really have to say it. I think you already are. Okay. Four of Wands just showed itself to me, and I was looking at that Two of Wands thinking, what's the next question I need to ask? And then I said, let's see what's going to happen. And the Four of Wands came out. I'm not going to take it, but that's a good sign. That's a peaceful, feeling at peace about something. It's a good feeling. What's going to happen here moving forward with this? With pile 1, with this person, what's going to happen moving forward here? The Hermit in reverse. The Five of Cups in reverse. Virgo, Gemini energies. Aquarius here, Star in reverse. And the Magician. So far, so good. We'll see what the underlining energies are. More Gemini. And, wait, did I say Gemini here? It's just Virgo. Gemini, Virgo. Okay, well, what's that? It's the Empress. Okay, so here's the thing. I love the Empress coming out too and showing herself like she did. The Empress is Libra and Taurus energy, and what I'm seeing here with this, with the Hermit in reverse, is it's a nurturing energy. It's, that motherly energy that's coming through, where you are helping this person through not being so worried, so afraid, so anxious, giving them some sort of comfort or support through this experience. I do feel like that this is something this person, I feel like that you are the motivator, or you are the extension to this person's willpower through this challenge, because I feel like they are still having to go through something, but they don't feel alone going through whatever this is. I'd also feel like this is something this person is moving on are having to move on from something that they really wanted. And there's this healing energy that's here, and I think it's coming from you with this Empress popping out like she did. Because it's so funny, y'all. I don't know if y'all can tell, but this cat is actually looking straight at this stability card, and you see that here as well. And I have to say, if this is a friend, um, if this is a friend, and this is that relationship, bad relationship that we talked about, you're definitely helping this person hang Cupid up to dry. You're definitely like, but this has to do with just, I feel like this person's desire towards this star energy, and you're helping them to become more stable with their idea of hanging that star, up to dry at this point. It doesn't mean that it won't come back around or you can't have it again in some way, shape, or form. It just means right now we need to hang it up, for now. Just like your winter coat, you don't use it all year round, or at least here in Texas we do not. It's pretty hot right now. You definitely don't want to be in a coat. So you hang it up, but that doesn't mean it's not gone. It just means when the time comes, you can pull it back out again, and we'll try all over. So you bring this person support. You bring them nurturing energy, and you help them through their nightmares, their challenges. Why is the Five of Cups here in reverse? Five of Cups in reverse is overcoming those mistakes. Give me some underlining energy there. The Ace of Swords in reverse. There's something to do with rebuilding trust or building trust between you and this person that's here. I don't know why it's coming through with this Ace of Swords, but it is. This is what you're overcoming here. There could be like the unknown, the dishonesty, the lack of a plan, having to hear something you don't want to hear, having to do something that you don't want to do. Like, you have to take this route. It's not the route you planned on, but it is the route that you have to take. But this is picking yourself up for the better, turning things around, getting to a positive change, letting go of the disappointment, letting go of something not working out, that idea, that plan, whatever this is. Moving on from not opening up, not communicating, not being honest. Why is the Star here in reverse? This is really what comes out of this, is this person's ability to overcome the challenge of the ego, and when it can be good and when can it hurt you, and being self-sufficient and focusing on their self-care, and when their pride or ego gets in the way of that, or fear. Why is the Star here in reverse? Death in reverse. This is kind of what I already said, to be honest. The Scorpio energy here. It's like hanging that star up to dry. It's not gone. It's still there. Death is in reverse. It's like not wanting to let go of something. And this is also something that this person may struggle with, or they're having a hard time moving on from. But they have this Empress energy that's resonating this nurturing, comforting energy. And she's someone that will remind you of what will work, what will grow, what is important, what makes sense, what can you really put roots into, which is so important in this person and where they are in their life moving forward. Why is the Magician here? The Magician to me here is like, okay, now I've learned some lessons, I've understood some things, and here I am. And how are you a part of this? Because a lot of this has to do with like this understanding this person that's coming toward you. How are you a part of this? I mean, I don't know who this is to you, but this is definitely someone you do care about. Because you're giving them your Empress energy. So you're bringing all of it to the table for this person. And the Magician is saying, okay, you know, it's time for us to manifest something new now moving forward. It's a starting over energy, you know, it's the number 1. You have the 8 of Swords in the reverse. Yeah. Let's work together and get out of our head here, and not sabotage ourselves. You know, that's really like part of the lesson this person's going through and learning is not being their own demise. Look at that. Bottom of the deck, you got the Chariot. I love it. That's awesome. Let's see what this person would say, and I'm going to use some different kinds of cards I haven't used in a while. It's been a little bit, and I don't know the name of them. I'm going to be honest. I think I got them off Etsy, though, so hopefully I've listed them down below, but if not, if you really, really want to know, just leave me a comment, and I'll try to figure it out, and I'll have to go back to my history. Okay. What would this person say? If they could say anything to pile 1, what would they say? Gaslighting you. This could be part of this right here. You know, this person you could have confronted this person or said something to them, and then they could have gaslighted you. It says, I've been lying too. So that could be it. I've been lying to and gaslighting you. You weren't crazy. You were right. I just wasn't strong enough to admit it. I mean, if that's not this person, you know, like, wow. Showing out. I'm acting like I don't care about what's happening between us, but I do. I just want to appear unbothered. This is what I was talking about before, where you're like, no, I know there's more wrong, or there's something there you're not saying, you know. It's on. I've seen this twice. I see you looking good and moving on. I don't care who you're talking to. I'm better. I will compete for you. That's what I was talking about here. If this is someone in your life that you're romantically involved with, this is someone that may be trying to compete for you, or they're just trying to be that King of Wands. And the King of Wands is also someone that's very attractive. And it's not just his looks. It's just like he's just attractive because, well, he has his stuff together, and he's very strong and stable, and he can be that supportive energy. And this is where this person wants to show up. You know, we talked about that. So that could represent it for some of you. What else would this person say to you if they could say anything? My dreams. And focused on money. So that could be an issue here. I had a hard time saying that. I kind of stumbled on that a little bit, trying to say money. So that could be an issue here. This could be part of what this has to do with for some of you, not everybody, but self-sufficiency is there. So, you know, this person may compare themselves to you as well in any capacity, and that affects their vulnerability with you also. I've been dreaming about you in my dreams. We're so free and in love. Wish I could stay there forever. So whatever, you know, this person's been kind of more in this energy of trying to dream it away, you know, like thinking about, like I said before, you know, if it's a bad relationship, they just keep thinking it's going to get better. Or if it's whatever's going on in their life, they just say, you know, they'll procrastinate it and it will get better. And then focused on money. I'm currently focusing on my career and finances. My main priority is financial stability. So for some of you, again, this goes back to that King of Wands. But, you know, if this is a relationship thing, they've just been focused on these more material stability type of things. Not wanting to deal with the emotional stuff. You're my favorite. Look, guess what this says? Guess what this says? It says, you're the person that I want to call when something good or bad happens. The first thought when I have news to share, you're my person. So there you go. That's why this person's coming towards you. Then you have the future at the bottom, which says, I daydream about our future together, going on adventures and growing old together. I want it all. So this is someone that you are this person's like comfort or support, or you are this person's person. Like this is you are who they go to or want to go to, at least when they feel out of sorts. You have the Chariot here at the bottom, which I didn't even really talk about. I don't know why I didn't talk about it, but I am also gonna pull some, we're gonna get some of these. Sorry, I wasn't prepared for this. These are just some spirit oracles that are here that I want to use. Okay, so let's talk about the Chariot. The Chariot is getting yourself into the position that you need. And it takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of courage to do that. You know, you have those Sphinx there, but here they're the cats. And one is you know, faith and fear, having faith over fear. And having to be strong. You know, it's the Emperor that's sitting there in that Chariot. And it's a representation of growth and strength and vulnerability. Vulnerability is so much growth and strength. Pride gets in the way of everything that we do to keep us from like moving forward or going on. You know, all of us need help at some point in life. All of us need something at some point in life from someone or something else. And if we went through life with saying like, no, we don't need anything from anyone, that is the biggest bunch of crap that I've ever heard. You know, that we're humans. Okay, anyway. What advice do you have for pile 1? Sit this out. Yeah, there is this thing here about this person. Like I said, you show up as an Empress. You are that supportive, nurturing energy, but you're not doing it for them. You know, you're not the Emperor. You're the Empress. You're sitting and you have this knowing, and you're there, and you're supporting, and you're being that. Creating a place for something to grow, but you're not actually doing the action here. Number 76, sit this out. Something is not quite right. Wait a little longer before taking action. Timing is off, or it could be the wrong decision. So they're influencing you here with this advice by saying, yeah, don't allow this person to go. Don't tell them what to do. Don't offer too much. If you're actually giving something to this person, allow them to figure something out also on their own. Just be that support. Okay. Necessary sacrifice, number 14. Now, if you remember in your card in the book, we landed on page number 14, which is Temperance in Tarot. Necessary sacrifice. You can't have a new without letting something go. Create space for change, and new things will find you. Okay. So I do feel like this is more so for that person. I do feel like that this is someone that is having to let go of something. And they've maybe been procrastinating that. Give back. Today is the day to cast aside normal routines and make your main purpose to serve. It's about giving back without any thoughts or expectations of getting anything in return. Reach out and touch other people's spirits, as it's highly likely that someone really needs you today. Oh, I cannot make that up. I cannot make that up. Y'all saw that, right? I can't. Crazy. Let's see what initials, and there's some little phrases in here, some charms. Oh, I have a C that's stuck under my finger there. Okay. All right, let's go through this real quick. C, Q, we have a T and an M or W. E, well, here's a W. Or no, this is an M, that's a W. Doesn't matter. An N, another C, an R. Oh, I heard rooster in my head for some reason. W, H, Z, C, and J. CJ could be somebody. And, oh, there's a lot more. We have F, B, J, T, and O. Interesting. Okay. We have, it's okay to make mistakes. I mean, wow. And work hard, dream big. Yep. Okay, guys, I'm going to hold this up so that y'all can see this, and I'm going to leave you right here. So thank you so much for being here, and thanks for all y'all's love and support, of course. I see comment in the bowl, so if y'all want to make some comments, there you go. Yeah, something may do to this person making some sort of comment. There's something here for some of you. I need to like go back to this for a second. There's some kind of comment this person could make or has made where you know who this is. Like, this is what this is about or who this is about. Okay, anyway. Thanks so much, guys, for being here. Thanks for all your love and support and your kindness, of course, and I hope to see you soon. Hey, Pile 2, so if you chose number 38, Forever Young, now I'm going to read from the book, but before I do that, I want to say the song Forever Young, of course, started playing in my head immediately when I flipped over this card. And if you don't know it, that song was actually written as a lullaby for his son. And it's actually about basically a parent's hopes and wishes for their child to be able to, you know, stay young and have happy times and enjoy youth, basically. Okay, so let's, oh, I turned right to it. Okay, so it says, Forever Young. Oh, the good old days when we could go to door and peddle youth in the form of makeup. Oh, of course you don't remember that. So I laughed because my mother used to do that. She used to go door to door. She sold, is it Amway or, is that how you say it? Anyway, it's funny. Oh, of course you don't remember that because you're so youthful. What we do to stay ever young, youthful, and perky. These are gels, creams, surgeries, pills, fat freezing, etc., etc. Take a day off from the 2-hour beauty routine and put that regimen serum away. Just for a day. It's your spirit, the joy and light that flows effortlessly through you that keeps you forever young. For instance, when you've been happy and then people tell you that you are radiant and glowing, you're never, sorry, I paused for a second. I had some thoughts coming through. You never have any time to share your glow with others if you're stuck behind a facial mask and a 2-hour beauty regimen. I mean, there's a reason why where we do grooming is called a vanity. Okay, so for some of you, this might have something to do with, this may be someone that's like telling you this or someone that's you're needing to tell this. So keep it how it resonates. 38 could be relevant. It could be someone's age or something to that nature. 3 is actually a number of growth and expansion, and 8 is about action, taking action. Also, the 8th house is about life and death, so things changing as they grow is definitely part of this. Okay, so let's see how this fits with the oracle cards. This is actually a tarot deck. It's not oracles. It's called the Vision of Life Tarot, Visions of Life Tarot. And I use them as oracle cards. You'll see why when this comes out. So this could be just an idea of someone that's wanting the best for you and wanting you to recognize like your youthful energy, wanting you to connect to that person. You know, seeing how radiant and beautiful you are naturally is something that's here as well. This idea of you having such a good spirit and someone not wanting you to look at yourself in a negative light, you know, is something that's here. Okay, so who is this person? Who's this person that's coming towards criticism? Yeah, who's this person that, okay, hold on just a minute. Enthusiasm. Okay, so this sounds like family. Guys, this is somebody that's going to criticize you, but try to enthusiaze you. Is that a word? At the same time. So they're going to criticize you about, I feel like this is someone that's coming towards you that they're trying to plant some sort of idea. They're going to criticize perhaps you first, initially, point the finger. And it's like they're trying to point the finger to you that you are a walking red flag. Or you are going to have to take this reading how it resonates, okay? We love our family, but we also get upset with our family at the same time. So y'all don't be upset with me. I'm just reading the energy like I hear it, see it, smell it, whatever. It is what it is, okay? So you have enthusiasm here. So this is someone that is trying to get you to see a certain perspective, their perspective, having to pertain to you and what you're doing and who you are, and they may be getting the wrong impression, maybe not. Let's see. Who is this person? Waiting. This is the Hanged Man. This is about perspective. Self-sufficiency. Oddly enough, that came out in that same exact position in the last pile. So this is coming from someone, honestly, this feels like somebody that just doesn't understand you. I'm being honest about this. Not saying what this person says won't affect you in some way or benefit you in some way even for some of you, but it's just, I do feel like this person does get the wrong impression. So you have, you may feel semi-judged, by the way, with this person. There is definitely there's a bond here between you and this person in some way, shape, or form. I do feel like it's significant because you do feel judged by this person. It is somebody that like you care about. I think they just have you mistaken or off. So you see how different these two people are? You know, her priorities are her dog, and look how nice she's dressed and how pampered she looks. And then you have this lady over here that's holding a baby, and she looks like she has not had a beauty routine herself in quite some time. And so it's like you and this person are in very different worlds. And so I feel like some judgmental kind of energy that's coming from this person. But they're also seeing things that you may not see in yourself. So I can't say that this is going to be a total loss or it's just to upset you in some way. I feel like there is some stuff here, you know, they're calling you out. That's what we're seeing, like someone calling you out, and they're not entirely right, but they're not entirely wrong. They do shift your perspective, I feel, but let's see. We'll see how far this goes. We don't know a lot about this person yet, so let's just skim the surface of it. We have sorrow at the bottom. I just had a thought. You know how some people try to get you to see their point of view because it makes them feel better about where they are and not so much about where you are? Like, don't get it twisted. I'm happy where I am. and or I'm happy doing this. It's just like what I said about the song Forever Young. It's like a parent's and hopes and wishes for you, you know, but they're calling you out in a way where it may plant some seeds of thought, but it's you feel like they have you all wrong. Okay, anyway, you have sorrow here. See, she's holding the skull, and here it's on the table, and it looks worried about him because he's looking at his phone, going, "Oh my gosh!" And he's in this get up here. It's like what do you call this? Looks like Shakespeare wear. You know, everything's so dramatic. Shakespeare wear, is that a thing? I don't know what you call this. Anyways, and you have illusions underneath that with defeat. This person, there's something like they see you or they see something or whatever where their mind goes to a illusion of what things are. There's assumptions that are being made here. Boy, I pulled the right deck for you guys. This is the Paul's Tarot. And it's interesting. Okay. All right, here we go. This person, I feel a heavy energy of projection going on here, but let's keep going. Also, this is, I believe, the Five of Cups with sorrow, which I feel like someone here feels like you're making a mistake, okay? I don't know how that's going to come out, but let's just see. Pisces energies here as well with the Hangman. Who is this person? What do they want that's coming towards Paul 2? Two of Pentacles in reverse. Four of Swords. It's basically the same thing. This person feels like you're making the wrong decision. They feel like your priorities aren't in order, like you're not making the right decisions, you're not in a good place. This is where the criticism comes from, okay? Like your priorities aren't in order, you aren't paying attention to your responsibilities, you're focused too much on yourself, or there's just a significant sense of criticism when it comes to what it is that you are prioritizing or what you're balancing at this time, you know, what you're and even your decisions that you're making. They have this idea, this illusion of things in their head, and they are like coming towards you with this bag of criticism, okay? So keep this in mind. They have a whole suitcase full of it. They've been thinking about it, reevaluating things for a long time. Nope. Doing a lot of thinking, waiting. You may have actually been waiting for this to happen. Like you just knew this was coming. You know, it's been too long since you've heard from this person. It's been too long since I've heard from them to see, you know, where, what they think about what I'm doing right now, you know, or whatever. Wise waiting here. The Hanged Man. The Moon. You may see this as someone in your life that starts drama. It's like you may feel like this person just has too much time on their hands and they're constantly like doing research on their phone or just sitting and stewing about things, coming up with ideas and illusions of what's going on with people. Cancer, Pisces energy's there twice. So the reason Pisces energy is, you could be done with Pisces, of course. But Pisces energy, which by the way is like February, March, middle of both months. It's about what you believe in, but it's about the 12th house, which is it talks about secrets. It's about karma and secrets and what's in the subconscious, and that's here, with this Hanged Man energy. So someone that's really like confused, been thinking about it a lot. They feel like that you have the wrong perspective. I can tell you that. Why is this self-sufficiency here? The Ace of Wands. We'll come back to that in just a second. Why is the Two of Pentacles here? The Four of Pentacles. God, this person's really going to give it to you. Like, yeah, that's what I feel. You know how it's just like kind of came to a stop, took a deep breath? I feel like you feel like this is coming. Even look at the way that he's looking at him. Like, oh, there he is. He's not doing anything. Look, he's waiting on me. A watch may be relevant. Something to do with a watch, or this person may wear a watch or always have a watch, or time is relevant here with this person in some way. I don't know. I just keep getting drawn back to the fact that there's watches here. I also feel like that this is your energy, this Four of Pentacles, because it is about boundaries. I do feel like that this has something to do with making decisions about your boundaries, or about your what is valuable to you, and your priorities on that, or your decisions about that. What's important, what's valuable, what's worth holding on to. Why is the Four of Swords here? You have the Seven of Pentacles. They've been waiting for this opportunity, I feel. But anyway, they've been really harping on how you've been spending your time, spending your energy, investing into things. This person may have also been like waiting to offer you some sort of truth or the opportunity. Why is this person in this energy? Why are they criticizing anyways? It feels like projection. Why is this person being so critical? The Seven of Swords in the reverse. This person's going through some sort of personality change. I know that sounds so extreme, but that's exactly what came to mind. This is like imposter syndrome. This person's like coming out of this in some way. This is what they're projecting to you. Does that make sense? So they're becoming someone different. They're realizing some things about themselves that they no longer want to be. They're shedding some skin, and they're becoming something different, and they're projecting this onto you and your situation and being very critical of you. They could feel like their past self identifies with some things about you a lot, but I think they're very come on, say it. Their vision is a little bit it won't come out of my mouth. Their vision on this is somewhat blurry because of what they're feeling and going through, and that's where that projection comes in. You're not there. You don't feel this way. I don't think you feel this way. This would be like someone that is realizing they've been very insecure about themselves, about who they are, and they've made up for those insecurities through material things, or through, like we said in your card, doing a lot of things to themselves, or whatever the case. And they've come out of that, and then they look at you and they think that you're in that same type of feeling of where you feel insecure, and they're coming in almost kind of in a hero way, but they're criticizing the heck out of you, really. And it's like you don't have those same insecurities, you just like stuff, or you just like to do this or that or whatever. You don't have those same insecurities, and it can cause a conflict, that's here between the two of you, because you're not seeing each other's, like, who each other is really. You don't mesh, you're not in the same like world. Why is that? I hope that made sense. Why is the world here? I mean, the moon, not the world. Why is the moon here? The Nine of Swords in the reverse. It sucks because I feel like this person, in a way, they're trying to put some sort of fear in your mind, that whatever it is that you're living or doing is not right, or not right for you. Guys, I had to pause for a second because George came to my door. And just so you're aware, I'll probably have to pause again. Because as soon as he gets done eating, he's going to walk back in the room. Okay. Let's go ahead and look into this Ace of Wands. Now, when this came out, I kind of laughed because I feel like this is some sort of idea or plan. Tell me about this Ace of Wands. It certainly is. It certainly is an idea or a plan. Sorry guys, I have to turn my heater on. My feet are getting cold. Cold feet could be something that's here, having cold feet. This person puts some sort of idea in your head to where it gives you cold feet about something that you've already had planned. And it has to do with your self-sufficiency. So remember when I talked about, like, no matter if you agree or disagree, or even if this person is projecting or whatever, something does come out of this for the better, and it has to do with some kind of seed being planted in your mind, gives you something to think about, gives you a sense of curiosity anyway. Even if you don't agree fully, there's just like this little bit of sense of curiosity. Okay, there is also some sort of plan that's put into motion with this person, like planning on doing something together, planning on coming together, or making plans, like let's make a plan to do whatever, okay? The Two of Wands is a decision as well. It's being at a crossroads. So I'm curious to see what is this Ace of Wands this person may that you're thinking about. What is the Ace of Wands with that Two of Wands? Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. There's something you back out on, perhaps, even. With the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You make a choice. What is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse? There's a conflict. The Five of Wands in the reverse. You may have already been confused or conflicted about whatever this is. This could be something small. This could be something big. There's something here that you have a 5 and a 10. So whatever you were planning, you kind of change your mind about it. There's something else that's here. What is it? What am I feeling? This is also, this is what it is. It's also a feeling of agree to disagree. You know, you agree to disagree with this person, but you also have something that you were planning where this plants a seed where it may change your mind about whatever that was. It's not so much about this person, it's just something they say to you that gets your mind to go in, where it's something that you haven't thought about. What is it? The Ace of Swords in reverse, something that you haven't thought about. Some kind of truth or something that you didn't know or you haven't seen. The Ten of Cups. It has to do with your happiness, your fulfillment. There's also something here about this person not being happy for you. Agree to disagree. This is the upset energy. This is like, someone's like, you wanted someone to be happy with you or to have like this emotional fulfillment in some kind of way, You wanted it to be like happily ever after kind of thing, and it's not. You're just going to have to agree to disagree. This is like, I really wanted you to be happy for me about making this decision or about doing this for myself, doing these things for myself or doing this for myself or whatever. I really wanted you to be happy for me. And I don't get that support. I don't get this emotional support. All I get is this criticism here. So we just agree to disagree. The Ten of Pentacles, this could really represent family with the 10 and the Ten of Cups there as well. What's going to happen here? Wait, before we do that, let me see one thing. How do you respond to this person? How do you respond to this person? Four of Cups. See how he has his arms crossed and he's looking at that cup. Normally in the Four of Cups, he's looking at these cups. So you could be like in the middle of doing something, when this occurs. It's a weird feeling because it's a feeling of somebody that's been thinking about your life more than you have. You're like, you're way too concerned about what I'm doing. How are you going to feel when this person comes towards you? The Devil in reverse. Like you don't want to deal with it. See this big pile of poop that's in the floor right here? Neither one of them really want to deal with it. Capricorn energy. You kind of ignore this a little bit too, to be honest with you. You try to. The High Priestess. You don't feel like this person does not know what they're talking about. Pisces. There's that Pisces energy. Injustice in reverse. Yeah, you feel like this person is not being fair with you. They don't know what they're talking about. You're trying to ignore this. You may feel like this person's unloading on you in some way. You're not like mad. You're frustrated, I feel. But I just feel like, again, I feel like you just kind of knew this is something that you're used to, perhaps, with this person. Like, he already has 3 cups. And then they're like, here's another one. And you're like, I'm good. I don't need any more. Why is the 4 of Cups here? The 3 of Cups, here they come. All, like, some of the stuff this person may say to you or they're concerned about is all, like, hearsay or gossip, or you just don't trust this person. They may spread things, they talk about you, or they tell their friends or other people, your situation, or I feel like you don't trust this person. The Devil in reverse. The 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. You have 2 3s here now in reverse. Yeah, you can't. This is like one of those. this is the type of person in your life where you know, like, there's just no point in trying to explain your side or yourself or whatever. You've been through this so many times. You know this person's not going to listen to you regardless. So you don't let it affect you in the same way. Why is the... What did I just taste in my... It's like dill or what am I tasting? It's like it's Tuscany. It's like sunflower, sun-dried tomatoes, you know. I don't know what it is. Anyway, or dill, cucumbers. Oh, am I making you hungry? Maybe not with that stuff, huh? It's making me hungry. Why is the High Priestess here in reverse? The Page of Wands in the reverse. Here they come. Here they come with their not so great news. This is somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about, or they just don't understand, or, you know, this is all like hearsay. You know, why is Justice here? This cracks me up because this is Justice, you know, and she's in her bathrobe and her hair cover and cap, and it's in her slippers, and it's like, who shows up for work like that? You know, like, you're on the throne, like, you're on the position of power, and so it symbolizes to me like how you really see this person. Like, they're not in any position to be telling you what's fair, what's right. You know, it's that kind of feeling. Why is Justice here in reverse? Okay, I also get interrupted in y'all's reading a lot. Why is Justice here in reverse? Why is Justice in reverse? It's Libra energy. Judgment. You've done made a judgment call here. This is how you're feeling about this person. Okay, so now what's going to happen here? There's the Six of Cups, or the Two of Cups. Thank you. George, did he push you in here? He's still staring at the door like, what was that about? There's George right there in this card of the Two of Cups. Look at that. So there's this conversation, get together. You may go out for coffee or have cake with this person. Page of Pentacles. They offer you this invitation. Get together. Okay. Okay. What is going to happen here after this? Ten of Wands. The Hierophant. Taurus energy. What is going to happen here? The Four of Wands. One more. Should have waited. I should have stuck with three, but nope, we got the Tower. Wow, look at that. Hold on. Oh, so sorry. It's so weird though, because I was actually fixing to say it comes on very sudden because you have a Four of Wands to the Tower. Four of Wands to the Tower. It's like 1 minute, like, you're here, there's the Tower, everything's great. And then the next minute, it's this kind of tower's going on. Like, what is going on? There's something here that may be divinely guided that happens because something becomes too much of a burden or weight or... Yeah. This is... Tell me what the Ten of Wands is. The Ace of Cups. Tell me what the Hierophant is. What's going to happen here with this? The Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, guys, I'm so sorry. My dogs keep banging at the door and with their tail, so I had to move them. And I noticed when I was gone, my camera was crooked, so I fixed it. Sorry about that. Okay, I don't even know how that happened. I guess I hit it. I don't know, but you know how the chaos just took place. This Knight of Wands in reverse is it's kind of an unpredictable, unexpected, very fast moving energy. It's, to me, I always feel like it's part of a like reaction to something. So there's someone that's like feeling responsible for someone's emotions, or feeling responsible, needing to offer something emotionally. And it's weird because this person comes across as like they flip. That's what we see here. It's like a hot and cold feeling. That's what we see here, Ace and the 10. This person, like, there's this panicky kind of energy with this person. Not that they're panicking, it's just, I don't know, there's something to do with wanting to take responsibility for the emotions they have caused one minute, and then the other minute they feel like they're on the right side of justice, or they did that, you know, that it was something that was needed, or they're still in the right. So the Four of Wands, I feel like, is momentarily. Could also just represent you and this person, and this being some sort of event, get together, going to a home, just a union, right? Four of Wands. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. It's weird. It's a union that doesn't make sense. You ever make up with somebody, but it's because you had to, not because you wanted to, and it's like, you don't even want to be there, you don't want to be around the person, you don't want to, you know, whatever. And they apologize, or they tried to make up for it, or whatever the case, but it just feels off. It doesn't feel right. And it's like a tower that's just bound to happen, you know, the Tower. Because I think the two of you are holding stuff in. King of Wands here with the Tower. For some of you, this may be a romantic situation. Someone takes on this Tower here. Whoa, nope. It's the Eight of Pentacles, but I'm not going to take it. What is the King of Wands here? Leo energy. I don't know if I said that. The Hermit in reverse. Someone breaks their silence. Someone takes the opportunity to break their silence, causing this Tower to take place. Death in reverse, and a cycle to repeat itself. Someone breaks their silence about something that they feel confident in, or they're like, their ego is here as well, by the way. Don't lose sight of that. This is like this person goes into this, like, you know, this feels like where you don't want to say anything, you try not to say anything, but then something happens and it's like, you have to say something. Like, I have to say something. Come on. Like, I got to say something. Are we all just going to let this happen? Are we all just going to let this, like, act like nothing's wrong? Like, I can't. And there's a silence that's broken, and a cycle that gets repeated because of this, where you thought maybe things have changed, but they don't. Interesting. Nine of Pentacles is in reverse. Leaves you feeling unhappy, and somebody walks away and no longer gives themselves to this situation. Yep. I think the two of you kind of go your separate directions. Okay, so what do we see? We see a very fast soap opera happening. That's what we see. This could be romantic, this could be family, this could be a friend. But this person comes to you, like I said before, with this criticism, you know, wanting to, they feel offering you guidance, but you feel like it's they're being judgmental. They're getting the wrong impression. They're projecting stuff onto you. And that goes from that to someone feeling the weight of this. It does change your mind about some things when you're also upset because you feel like this person just doesn't want you to be happy, or it's just they can't ever just be happy for you. And you kind of, in a way, you're in that energy when this person comes in. This could be someone coming in with an apology. This could be someone that just feels like this relationship is carrying significant weight on them. There's compassion, or they want to open up emotionally in some kind of way. They just feel like it's weighing on them. So they feel like they're coming in to try to do the right thing. They're coming very unexpectedly, very quickly. And you come together with this person, but you're still kind of stuck in your head because there's still resentments. There's still all these like feelings that are stewing, right? That are just bubbling and bubbling. Ooh, that makes me want soup. I don't know why. What is it with the food stuff lately? Anyways, I've been fasting a lot, so maybe that's probably what it is, huh? Soup may be, but soup stews, it's like the longer a stew sits, the better it is, I feel, and it's the longer this sits, like the more ready and explosive it's gonna be, and that's what we see here. So you switch from whatever's in your head is very expressed, and there's a cycle that gets repeated, and someone breaks their silence and takes control and causes a tower, and you're unhappy about the situation. You don't feel good about it. You don't feel comforted or secure or safe, and so you choose to walk away from this, detach, and you hold yourself back because you no longer trust this person. And you may even cut off communication here with this person. Interesting. Okay. That being said, let's see what this person would say to you. And I forgot one thing. I forgot to describe who this person is with these cards. And I don't know why I forgot that, but I was going to do that in the beginning before I got the tarot. So with that being said, let's go ahead and pull some. How would pile 2 know who this person is? That came out quickly. Autocorrect victim. So autocorrect victim is here. This could be someone, but this could also mean this person. They may say things at times where you're like, did they just say that? Or they may say things sometimes and say, oh, that's not what I meant, or whatever. Or it could just be this. But what else? The human charger. So this is somebody that may be on the go a lot, or someone that you feel like is like I'm getting the opposite here of this. It's somebody that like comes into the room and they just light up the room, where they're just very energetic, and then they leave and you're like, what just happened? Who was that? It's that kind of feeling. Overwhelmed mom. So this could be somebody, and you see that here too. This could be somebody that, where was the computer at? It was in the 4 of Cups, which is here. Talking about how you're going to see this person. Anyway, the overwhelmed mom there's a laptop in that cup, by the way, but this person could be an overwhelmed mom. This could be somebody that feels like that they just have so much stuff and a lot going on. This could be also a projection. This could be this person feeling like you're like I said here, like you're in this kind of energy to where you don't have, your priorities are different. You're able to take more extra time or have more time to yourself in some kind of way. There may be some sort of jealousy or insecurity around this. This person's not really, that they're also putting on you that they don't really see. It's not everybody's story, but That is here. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Let's see what this person would say to you. What am I going to use? I'm going to use, I'm just going to get some of the stack of the Hidden Truth oracles because, yeah. I just feel like I need to use these for this reading. What would this person say to, that came right out, I look for you everywhere. It's almost like this person's trying to figure you out. Forgiveness. Forgiving yourself or another will help you to move forward. Yeah. That's here. My life is not as together as it seems. That's here as well. I want you so badly. So for some of you, if this is romantic, obviously you know what that means. But for others of you, if this is not romantic, then this is like, this could be somebody that actually is jealous of you and they want like things that you have or something like that. They don't want to like really look into that. This insecurity this person has. But for others of you, this is like someone that I think they feel as if they want like a connection or some sort of relationship with you, but they also want you to be on the same page that they're on when it comes to like their morals and values and where they are in life. Or this almost just feels like somebody that just wants you to be a friend that's just agreeable or just agrees with them. But yet they want to criticize you. I hope you're happy for me. You didn't imagine it. Wait. Yeah, the timing is not right. See, the time thing is here again. I hope you're happy for me. We talked about that here too. You hoping this person's happy for you, you know? Don't forget, remember your Forever Young card. And the meaning behind it, you know. Wanting someone to be happy. You have retreat. Time alone or in nature will help you to recharge. This is someone that wants you to, this could be part of this plan, by the way. That Ace of Wands and that Two of Wands. This could be somebody wanting you to retreat with them. Spend some alone time with them. You let me down. An apology. This person, there is something that's here this person holds on to. It may not be a big deal to you, and this isn't for everybody. You would know this. Maybe not exactly what it is, but you would know this because this is this type of person. There's something here that you may have let them down in some way, and they're still holding on to a grudge. Even if you feel like that's just, you could say that about them. They're holding on to something. There's a lot. I said it in the beginning. There is this like, there's a lot of stuff that is, I feel like, unresolved between you and this person. So let's get some advice. We're gonna do these, of course, but let me get some. This is like a stack of oracles that I normally use, but I pulled these, which are like spirit messages from there. I just saw Mother's Love. Hope it doesn't come out because it always makes me cry. That might mean something though to somebody. Oh, you see that here. I talked about it in the beginning. It's a parent's wishes is for you to be happy. But they wish for you to be happy under their circumstances, or in their world, in their dream, what they see for you, you know. What advice do you have for pile 2? What advice do you have for pile 2? Okay, Messed up everything. We have trust at the bottom. I mean, listen at the bottom. This says trust. While your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical path may be the one that you consider safe, more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. Trust. So I feel like that this is insinuating for you to, you may, whatever it is, and we all have free will, whatever you will feel like at the end of this, whatever it is that you feel I think you need to speak your truth here. I think that you may have done certain things in the past, even with this person, to where you've done what's safe. You've done what you felt like was safe, even if for some of you that means just walking on eggshells around this person. There's this call here for you to trust yourself and make a decision to speak your truth, or even if that just has to do with speaking your truth through silence, or putting boundaries up here with this person in some way. It's up to you guys. This is different for everybody, so y'all are gonna use this and take this advice differently with your situation and who this is. So just remember, see how there's this compass, this inner compass. It's your inner compass is leading you in the direction that you need to move towards. And there's nobody in this world that can tell you what that is. Only you can. And it comes with being more self-aware. The more self-aware you are, the more aware you are of which direction that you need to move in towards for yourself. I have this theory that manifestation comes from knowing who you are. Knowing life gets easier when you know who you are. You know which direction you need to take in because you know who you are. You know what's right for you, what's wrong for you. You know what advice to take, what advice not to take. The deeper you know who you are, and that comes along with understanding your insecurities, the things that don't feel good, why you react. Trusting your intuition. There's a lot of things that are part of that. When you see people in life, you feel like that they're really happy, or they're really healthy, or they're really just they're thriving. It tends to be those people that really know themselves very well, and they know what's going to make them happy. Anyway. Not to say that there's not struggles in life. Of course there is. There's things in life that help us to realize who we are through these challenges that we overcome. Okay, anyway. I just went on a rant. Didn't I? Hope that helped. Whoever needed to hear it. Okay, so anyway, Frozen is here. Not doing anything could also be a part of this. Number 46, which is 10, which is the ending of a cycle. Take this moment of standstill and use it to improve your situation and yourself. Remember, what's yours can't be taken away. And then you have spiritual rebirth, which is the number 1. You go from 10 to 1. So you have this new beginning that's here. It says, let go of your old self and allow the authentic self to emerge, to reunite with your soul with the divine source. So remember when I talked about this person projecting their shedding of their old self onto you? You may have also experienced this, but it may be in a very different way from what this person has. You may mirror that, with this person in some way. Anyway, okay. I'm going to leave that right there. What else? Anything else? Wait, am I missing? No. Let's just get some initials. Okay. pile 2. Pile 2. Okay. Y'all have the sail ship. I don't know if I've ever pulled this one. That's awesome. See how these sails are going different, like they're in different directions? Like you and this person maybe is just moving in different directions in your life, and that's okay. But this is like the Six of Swords, which is that you're going through a transition. You both may be going through a transition. You have this, I'm not a morning person, so again, you know, somebody that's kind of just hard to deal with, like you don't really fully understand why that is. You have a H, a J, a U, a Y, a V, an X, a Z, another X, a P, an I, an A, pain is right there, also main, or a W, an M or a W, an N. Okay, Pam. All right, guys, I'm going to hold this up so y'all can see it, and I'm going to leave it right here. So thank you so much for being here, guys. Thanks for all your love and support and kindness, of course. I hope this helps. Good luck to you guys, and I hope to see you soon. Okay, pile 3. So if you chose the number 19, the butterfly effect. Okay, so we're going to read from the book, but I want to go over a couple things here. First off, this has to do with something small having a ripple effect, right? Something small, a minute's time, being able to have such a profound effect in the long run of something. Okay, so number 19 is actually the sun in tarot. So this could be something very wonderful and great and new and exciting. Clarity, you know. Or it could be, since this is reversed, a big disappointment or being very unclear about what to do, you know. This could have to do with someone that's coming towards you that this is something small that may have a big effect. And so there's this idea of not knowing what to do or being afraid of a disappointment in some way. Okay, so let's take that into consideration. So sorry, guys. I got interrupted. For those of you who don't know, I have kids here home for the summer, so that's going to happen from time to time. Okay, so the reversal card of this says, "Oh, honey, make a difference. Leave your mark. Toss something wonderful into the day and see where it goes. Just like glitter." Did we cancel glitter yet? "Fill your hands with twinkle, shine, and joy, and then let go into the wind and fly into the air. Let it touch as many people as possible. Isn't that so much better than slinging caca?" When you are able to put out beauty and share light, it creates a butterfly effect of amazing karma, of smiles and pure magic. So that feels good. I feel confident in going into this reading. So this is something that as far as who's coming towards you, this could be you or this person, but this is something that I feel like that you're worried about the ripple effect of, and whether someone's going to be real happy or real disappointed. So, okay, that being said, this, like I said, this could be how this person feels or how you feel. Let's figure that out. So this is the Visions of Life Tarot, actually, but I'm using it as oracle cards. You'll see why when they come out. I just saw death. Okay. All right. Pile 3. Pile 3. This might have to do with an ending, by the way. Some sort of ending, something ending. Closure, ending, a new chapter, beginning. We have bondage here. This is actually the devil. Who's coming towards? Who is coming towards pile 3? Who is coming towards pile 3? That's Capricorn energies. We have wealth. Who's coming towards pile 3? Harvest time. We have sensuality that fell on the floor. Oops. And that also. That was my charms, by the way. There's the devil again. I'm not going to take this card because it fell on the floor. There's something to do with not using... not taking some sort of temptation that's here. Okay, anyway. It's like something tempting you, but you don't want to take it because you feel like in the long run it could have a negative effect. Who is this is coming towards pile 3? Responsibility. This is justice. Okay. The ripple effect. Bottom of the deck is growth. Learning something. Learning, growing. I'm dropping, y'all aren't going to believe this. I'm dropping everything on the floor. There's been a lot of distractions in your reading, and it's like me being clumsy. And then also my shower, I just heard the water fall out of it. So, like it's held up, you know? Anyway. So, that's, you know, it's funny, I'm talking about this, the ripple effect of something. And, that's what we're seeing here. It's like stuff you can't help, too. Who is this person? Okay, let's go over this real quick before I get these. Now, this is going to tell me like more characteristics about who this is, so you know who this is. For some of you, this might have to do with work, because I feel like there's this boss energy here with this devil energy with bondage. Taking on responsibilities. I think this is someone that's tempting you here. I think this is someone that's wanting you to take on something that they feel like would give you a big harvest. But there's this responsibilities that's here with justice and what all you are taking on. This is somebody that may not, they're using you. You know, they're not, you know, if this is your boss, they're utilizing you, but they're not using you for so much your advantage as they are their own. And I feel like this is someone that's also making some promises here. You know, this feels like, and I don't like this at all, but this feels like somebody that is like promising you growth and expansion and filling your head full of things that make you want to invest, that like is tempting you because you know, like this is stuff that you want or you need or would lead you to a good place. Like you're expecting this harvest to come in. You know, this is the 7 of Pentacles. But in the 7 of Pentacles, it also talks about waiting for that harvest to come in. But yet, responsibilities is here with justice, which is mean like what's fair though. You know, what's fair. Because if you look in this card, you notice that he's standing there and he has his suitcase and she's got all these other responsibilities that are going on. And so it's like this person's like using you to maybe like do a lot of things for them or cut out a lot of things for them or like structure things and possibly even making some promises that they don't plan on to uphold. And you're in turn like taking some sort of significant risk here because of where the position that you have here with this person. Even here, and anxious is there. You've been worried about this. This might have been like something that would lead to more freedom for you, and this is maybe what you've been wanting. But you've already been kind of worried about this person. They've been like shadowing you, you know, or they've been like not shadowing you, but I don't know. I don't feel like you fully trust this individual. Let's see what these bring us. I'm going to be honest, guys. I feel like that this card's making me a little nervous. So why it is a reversal in what we read? Because I feel like this feels like a setup energy. It feels like somebody setting themselves up, using you to set them up, and then they don't have any intentions to follow through with anything. See, even in this card, this responsibility thing is all over this. He's telling him what to do. He's got this long list. You're having to learn something or to, you know, listen to someone in some kind of way. You have all these things that he's in with wealth. You have the tomatoes way too big. There's too much work on this side. It's like, I'm wondering what the ripple effect of this is going to be, you know? This disappointment. What is this person? Who is this person? Who is this person? Awkward dancer. Okay. So this maybe somebody has 2 left feet. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what. This is someone that may seem kind of like awkward, like the way that they interact with you or move with you or do things. It's like at times it may feel a little awkward. Who is this person? A tech wizard. This is somebody that knows what they're doing when it comes to being real techie, especially if it's somebody you work with. You know exactly who this is. There's also this duality that's here. See the colors? This is weird because this is like somebody at one minute you fully trust and the next minute you're like, no. They say something that throws it off. Awkward. Something awkward even. It's almost like they act like they know a lot of things or everything, and they say things and it's like, oh, they do know, or they do get it, or they are this way, you know, or whatever the case. And then they'll say something that's totally off from any of that, and you're like, wait, shouldn't you know this if it's this, this, and this? It's almost like it's a con man, you know, it's like somebody that's only studied so much of something to get you to believe it. Oh no, that's a bad energy. Look at this, chronic multitasker. Look at the hands. This may be somebody that, they may be a plant parent, but they may be somebody that, come on, spit it out. They attach themselves to others. They feed off of others. This may be somebody that is a chronic multitasker, like they have a lot going on all the time. Let's see what this person wants. Look at that, King of Wands in reverse, and there's that 7 of Pentacles. Leo energy's there. King of Wands in reverse is someone that's all for themselves, no one else. All for one and one for me. I don't know why it just popped in my head. The Lovers here in reverse with the 8 of Cups. This may be someone that you've walked away from in a relationship, or someone that you may choose to walk away from. Chariot energy. Okay, so we want to know, this is the Yarn Tarot, by the way. We want to know about this person. What does this person want with pile 3? What do they want with pile 3? The Empress. Ooh, I don't like that at all. I just heard they want to own you, or I want to own you is what I heard, but the Empress, what do they want? Taurus and Libra energies. With bondage and the Devil and the Empress, this is like somebody that wants to control you or have you to themselves, or, you know, use you for growth. Might as well here. This person want 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, this is someone that is not really committed to any one thing or any one person. This is someone that has their hands in a lot of different things. Like, they're not ever fully committed to just one thing. And this is someone that would easily break a contract. It's just honestly. This is someone that is more worried about wealth than they are about being honest or loyal or keeping a commitment. What is the harvest time here? This feels like a boss you can't trust. You have the Devil in reverse. When it's time to pay up, you're left waiting, or you're left with a mess. See here, he's getting this, he's harvesting and he's doing everything that he can, and he's getting this huge tomato. So, quick funny story. What's crazy is, I had a garden once, me and my ex-husband, and when we first started it, it grew incredible. We had these cucumbers and these zucchini and squash that were the biggest ones that I've ever seen. I mean, they just grew and grew, and, you know, we didn't pick them, so they became just ginormous. And that's what you see here with this tomato. The thing is, I had a really hard time with them being so big because it was too big. It was too much. I'd have to cut one and then use it over time, and then it would get bad after you cut it, you know, and it was a problem because it was too much, and I couldn't do anything with it. There's something here with this, when it comes time to pay up kind of feeling, that this person, like, you get more than you, how do I say that? You get more than what you need. Like, you get something that you can't use. Like, you get something out of it that ends up just being a mess or a waste. Why is responsibilities here with the Justice, the Fool? I mean, be careful. I feel like this person just would leave you with nothing. Like, when it came time to take responsibility, they're nowhere to be found. You know, it's that kind of feeling. They feel like they're being fair, but your naivety is based off a lack of information, really, or what information they're feeding you. This is an awful feeling. This is like somebody that says, well, I did everything by the book. It's your fault because you didn't read the fine print. And you're like, so you lied to me the whole time and filled my head full of this, that you were going to do X, Y, and Z, or whatever it was going to be. And it's my fault because I didn't read some fine print. What about you lying to me the whole time? You know, that wasn't me being naive. That was me trusting you, where I guess I shouldn't have. But that's what you see here. He's not even on a cliff. He's just on a stump. You're dealing with a pretender. Okay. Why is the Empress here? That's Aries. Aquarius energy. Why is the Empress here for what this person wants? Always pull this card. I used this deck here recently in my membership for a reading. Pulled this card. Always pull it. It says, open yourself, trust your intuition, and cherish your journey. This is someone that does feel highly about you. Like, they do feel highly of you. I mean, they're seeing you as an empress, so they know that you can get something from you. You know, a con man never cons somebody that can't offer anything. Con man cons somebody that can offer. Like, so they want to take from them. What can you give me? What is this Empress energy here? Two of Pentacles. Yeah. This person wants to be your priority. This person wants to be a priority to you. Why is this Three of Pentacles in the reverse? They benefit from that. There's the Emperor. There's the Emperor. The Emperor and the Empress. I don't like that the Emperor is there underneath that Three of Pentacles, because I don't see the Emperor ever being in a Three of Pentacles in reverse unless he knows that something's not going to work. So this person knows exactly what they're doing, and they know that what their plan is in the end. They know that it's not going to, they're not going to stay committed here. And once this person reaches this point to where they're in this wealth energy, or they've gotten what they needed, or more of even what they needed, this is someone that's doesn't have any promises of staying committed here. They're trying to maintain a sense of control of things as well. Why is this Devil here in the reverse? It's the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Again, when it comes time to pay up, this person's nowhere to be found. You don't see this, but this is actually, something happens here. It's a blessing, it is a blessing in disguise. This person may also be waiting for something big. You know, waiting for a big payout, or waiting for something significant to release. To release their obligation here. The Fool. The Hierophant in reverse. Again, I don't hold any responsibility for what happened here. I was fair, you know? I gave you the facts. You signed the papers. God, I don't like this person. Eight of Cups is here. Let's keep going, though. Let's get some more. Let's see how you're going to react to this person. What's actually happening here? What does this person want? They just want to use you. How are you reacting to this person? They're trying to get you tied up into something here, making a decision or making them a priority in some way. And with doing this, you may actually even lose a commitment somewhere else. Like there's nothing, your hands are tied, like there's nothing that you can do about this. Or they make you feel that way in some way. And this backfires on you, and you're left empty-handed. It's like you put your trust into someone, and they talk you into something, and so you leave someone else behind, or you turn your back on. It's like, let's just say you have a choice between a job, and you trust this one person. They make it sound really good. But they end up like stabbing you in the back in some way, and then you turn around and you don't even have that other job because it's already been taken, you know. It's this kind of a feeling, the uncomfortable feeling. Well, how are you going to feel about this? And then they act like they didn't do it, like it wasn't, that was your fault. When they didn't have any intentions to commit to something in the first place. I never said I was going to do that. Look at that, King of Swords. They feel like they're in the right, just so you know. How are you going to feel about this? How are you going to feel about this? This Empress and this Two of Pentacles. The Five of Swords. Conflicted. You're going to feel betrayed. You're going to feel hurt. How are you going to feel about this? The Hermit. This is going to be somebody that says, you know what? I don't really want to take that chance anymore. Or I changed my mind about this commitment. How are you going to feel about this? You're going to be very conflicted. You're going to be doing a lot of like going within and trying to like figure out what has exactly happened here. King of Swords, Nine of Swords in reverse. You're going to be upset. Okay, well, hold on. Look, King of Swords. You're going to be really upset. You're going to go to this cold place. There's this feeling of feeling this place of, it's a cold place, unfortunately. This is all like, due to this conflict, you have to go within and you have to take some sort of action here, or you just get really frustrated. You may act out, you may react, even for some of you, and you go into logic or having to think of something else. Queen of Swords. Wow. Heavy emphasis here on needing to think of something. This is also a conversation. Look at that, King of Cups. It's a lot of people, huh, over here? For how you feel? I feel like this is trying to structure a new plan. This is how you feel. Like you're trying to move in a different direction or trying to structure a new plan. Tell me about that Five of Swords, how you feel, Pile 3. Yeah. You see a completely different side to this person because of this betrayal. And it's so confusing. Why is the Hermit here? Pisces energy and Virgos here. Ten of Swords in reverse. Having to go within. Trying to figure this out. Trying to recover from this betrayal, from this. What has happened? What has occurred here with this person? How are you feeling? How are you feeling here with this Knight of Swords in the reverse? The Knight of Wands in reverse. Not good. Not good. This is a heavy emphasis on reacting. For some of you, you may react to this person by completely like taking something away, or completely taking something away, or just throwing in the towel here altogether. You know, it just depends on your situation. But there's, how are you feeling? You feel really upset, like you're mad. Why is the King of Swords here? The Four of Cups. You feel like this person may be ignoring you. Or ignoring the fact that, you know, they're not taking responsibility for any of this. And you feel like this person's ignoring you. Tell me about the Queen of Swords and the King of Cups. Judgment. This is like a renewal. Thinking about this or having some kind of renewal here. Going back to someone. Facing judgment. Facing a reality. Four Cups. Thinking about it. Thinking about owning up to something or facing something. You have a Page of Cups and the King of Wands in reverse. Swallowing your pride here to send some sort of message. High Priestess. Five of Pentacles in reverse and Death in reverse. The Nine of Swords. Yeah. This causes you to maybe even repeat a cycle because of loneliness or lack. That's not for everybody, I guess. Particularly with if this is a relationship. If this is like a career thing, it's like you try to listen to you may have to kind of go backwards, like you may have to go back to something or back to someone that may be very disappointed here once they recognize or see like what has occurred or what has taken place. Maybe some things that you're keeping to yourself or away from someone for whatever the reason. There's this feeling of going backwards because of this other person and what they've done to you or how they've treated you or used you or betrayed you or whatever. What's going to happen in the future? What's going to happen here in the future? What's going to happen here in the future for pile 3? What's going to happen here in the future moving forward? The World in reverse. Yep. The Ten of Cups in reverse. The Temperance in reverse. There's a lack of closure here, and there is frustration around this lack of closure. And the Tower. What is it with the Tower right there? It was in that same spot in one of the other piles. World in reverse, which is meaning something's not over. This is not over and done with. The Knight of Wands is in reverse. You just don't want to deal with. You don't have the energy. You don't have the ability to deal with it at this time. But you know it's not the end of it. Ten of Cups in the reverse. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. There's some kind of a discomfort around the situation that is present. And it's just, it takes some time, you know, to get through that discomfort, to get through that frustration. Temperance energy in reverse. This is the inability for someone to compromise or to understand. A lack of balance. Chariot in reverse. Someone, if this is like a co-parent thing, or if this is like a co-creation kind of thing, there's this inability for I think some of you are frustrated because you're having to rely on someone else or something else for comfort, stability in some way. Anyway, what is the Tower here? What is this Tower? The Ace of Cups in reverse. There's a Tower moment. There's this lost opportunity that's here. The Magician in reverse. Something doesn't, and the Ace of Wands in reverse. Something doesn't go according to plan. Something doesn't go according to plan. The Seven of Pentacles. There's a pause here. Something doesn't, whatever you're investing in here, there's a wake-up call around this because something, it's not going according to plan. It's not going in the direction that you want it to go in. There's this realization that this isn't going to work. What is this about? Is this what you're going back to? What is this about? This Tower, this Ace of Cups in reverse, Magician in reverse. This could also be like waiting for someone else to have an epiphany. You know? It could be with this person here, like waiting for this person to figure this out, or to realize, you know, that they did you wrong, or they betrayed you, or that they, to realize what they're doing, or that's the only thing you can do at this point. Or wait for something to happen, or justice to play this out, you know? Two of Cups. There's another relationship or connection here in some way, shape, or form in the dynamics of this. That is like a, I hate to, this sounds bad, but it's like a fallback. And I don't know what I really mean by that. It's just like, some of you may be going back to a past idea, or a past contract, or a past situation, okay? For comfort, support, or some kind of, in order to maintain stability in some way. There it is right there, the Knight of Cups in reverse, going back to something that once made you feel good. Six of Pentacles. The Five of Wands in the reverse. There's an energy here of you finding balance there, or an equal give and take, and moving on past some disagreements. The Seven of Cups in reverse. Maybe because you just don't have any other choice. Or you just, it depends on what this is. Again, like if this is a contract or a job, it's like you don't have any other choice, you know. You gotta do that. And that's Eight of Pentacles is about work. But this is like I'm going back to work on something. So I'm going to go back to this situation and work on this because this didn't work out in the way that I anticipated. Whoa. There it is. The Three of Swords and the Lovers. That's kind of crazy. The way that came out was kind of crazy. You don't necessarily want to have to go back to this. But you feel kind of pressured or pushed into it. Why is this Six of Pentacles here? Star in reverse. Aquarius energy. Yeah, that's kind of what I just said. It's not like what you really desire, but it does bring balance. Why is this Five of Wands here in reverse? The Five of Pentacles in the reverse. We have 5, 6, 7, and 8 right there. This is also the number 17. This to me is like getting to a more positive place, overcoming some obstacles, overcoming some feeling of loss, and making amends, agree to disagree kind of feeling that's here. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Overcoming challenges. This is like giving someone a second chance. The thing is, though, is I don't think it's this other person. I think you're going back to another situation, whether that's, again, situation, a job, a person, relationship, whatever it is. There's something here. This person lets you down, betrays you in some way. You go back to something else and you make a judgment call because there is this feeling of loss or lack or regret or something like that that's here. Yep. Let's see what this person would say to you. There's two people here now, I feel, but we're going to focus on this person here, the one you need to be aware of that's coming towards you. Bring in their devil energy. What would this person say that's coming towards pile 3? What would they say to pile 3? It says, you can't come with me. Yep. Yeah, this is like somebody, this is like a boss trying to use you to build them up in some kind of way, and then they take all your ideas, and I don't know, I don't like it. Boundaries, I just saw. What would this person, this devil energy, say to pile 3 if they can? Okay, let's see what we got. I landed on, you didn't see my tears. It's funny how you got the butterfly effect, because in this reading, this did have a ripple effect. It's because of this certain situation, it pushes you back into something else that maybe you've already passed by, you know? Okay, just being near you is intoxicating. I'm starting to understand our connection. Your intellect arouses me. I'm sure it does. That's where they're using you, I feel. I fear that you will reject me. Chemistry. The attraction you feel is mutual. I wish I had treated you better. And you don't know how hard it was to let you go. Yeah, here's the thing. If this is a work thing, this is somebody that they don't want to let you go, but they also know that you're a threat at the same time. So again, that's why they're trying to get everything they can from you right now to help boost them up in some way. So just be careful of that. Okay, so let's get some advice. We're going to go right into it. We'll start with these. What advice do you have for pile 3? What advice do you have? What advice do you have? There's not many of these here, but what advice do you have? Soul solitude. Okay. Your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, but just from the noise of the outside world. But to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet, a place for soul solitude. This is a time to praise, a time to pause, maybe praise, a time to reflect, and a time for you. Yeah. There is something to do with you doing something on your own, or even taking some time before you do, like go in reverse or go back to something if you can. If this is a work thing, definitely I wouldn't say that. You know, obviously you need to have something. But this is like, just sit with it and put some thought into it, of how you're going into it. Because if you go into it with saying to yourself, well, this is all I have, or this is what's familiar, or this is where, you know, at least I know I'm comfortable here, or whatever, then your mindset going into it is just enough, and it's not fulfilling. So just sit with that, and you know, you have to say to yourself, you know, this is where I'm meant to be. This is happening for a reason. I'm meant to be in this solitude place, because you may find something about yourself in this solitude that's going to help you moving forward, you know, and understanding that, you know what, this is where I'm meant to thrive, then this is where I am at this time, this is where I'm meant to be, you know, that kind of thing. Just be careful what you tell yourself, because that's the energy that you're bringing. Even if this is a relationship, you know, I mean, to each their own here. I would never say go back to anything, you know, if it was harmful, unjust, bad, was toxic at all, ever. But you know, everybody's different with where they sit with all that. Some of you, this is just like you didn't feel like something was right for you, and now you're kind of changing your mind about it. Who knows? Okay. Anyway, advice for pile 3, please. Okay. We have a doubtful heart. Number 72. We also have boundaries that fell on the floor. Number 11. It says you must resolve the doubt in your heart before you are able to move forward. Yeah, that's kind of what, okay, that's a way better way of putting that. Because a doubtful heart will never believe. Yeah, that's what I was talking, that's exactly what I was trying to say. It's a great way to say it. Thank you. Number 11, boundaries. When you don't protect or overprotect your boundaries, your needs go unmet. Review and renew your boundaries. So this is a lesson about that. Like when you're not protecting yourself enough, or when you are overprotecting, and how that affects you and how that's a ripple effect in your life, you know? Okay, so let's see what initials and charms. I don't know what I just heard. I heard a ding. I don't know where from, but I looked at the clock and it says 43:43 on the timer, which I don't know exactly what that means, but hey Siri, what is the spiritual meaning of the number 43:43? I would say something to do with alignment. Did y'all see that R was in the bowl already? It's a reminder to stay organized and focused on your goals. It's a sign from your angels they're supporting you and helping you achieve your dreams. This number is a reminder to stay optimistic and to trust in the universe. There you go. We have a J and an R. So Junior is here, RJ. That's it. We have a that wasn't very cash money of you. So yeah, there's definitely something to do here with being betrayed in some kind of way. We have work hard, dream big. We have don't worry about things that you can't control. And this is something you're going to have to like really step into, realize, you know, with this situation, because there's an unjust here in some way. So we have the pumpkin. October could be relevant. Something significant could happen around October or did. But this is also about like someone playing games with you, or someone like basically clowning you in some way. You know, something haunting you even. You have the hamburger, so something that comes with everything. You know, man, that made me want a hamburger. What is going on here with me and the food? There's a lot of different ways to take it, right? A hamburger, there's a lot of different ways to make a hamburger. But just stick 2 buns on either side of it and it becomes a hamburger. How does that work? This has something to do with you and your thought process going into a new beginning, making something work, and having everything you need. So you have this pill here, so a hard pill to swallow. Did I mention? I did mention this. Look. You see what I mentioned, like the red and the other color? So, the red pill. Okay, so red pill, blue pill, that kind of thing. When it comes to all of this, okay? It's the butterfly effect thing as well. All right, guys. So, remember what you need, okay? I don't know why. That's just something that popped in my head. There you go. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all your love and support and kindness, of course. I hope this helps. Good luck to you guys with this, and I hope to see you soon. Hey, pile 4. So if you chose number 44, this will be your reading. So we're trying to figure out who's coming toward you. And real quick, since y'all did choose the number 4 and it's 44, I feel like there's this idea of, 444 being the number of protection, the number of sense of security, stability, protection, protecting yourself, universe protecting you, a blessing in disguise even. So this actually says, manifest your miracle. And it being in reverse, it's almost like something's not coming together in the way that you intended, perhaps. Or perhaps maybe your manifestation isn't exactly like some of the not so great things that you've been worried about are manifesting in some way. Not that it's like you're in the middle of it. So it's not like it's not going to happen. It's just that right now it may look like it's not going to happen. Does that make sense? Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. That's what I feel. See, she's the fairy godmother, so it's like you're still waiting for your fairy godmother to come in and help you out here. Okay, so I'm going to read this reversal. It says, have you ever put something into the universe like a thought or a creative idea, and then suddenly you're seeing this through elsewhere? Or this creative project on someone else's feed? Or perhaps you've bumped into the person that you haven't seen in forever, but you were just thinking about. Silently in your mind, you set an intention, and it travels through the universe and boomerangs right back to you. This is to let you know that the universe is listening, and anything is possible. Take your hint. Go and manifest the heck out of your miracle. Okay, so we're trying to figure out who's coming towards you and why. So this could have something to do with the way that you've been wanting something to unfold, and this person coming towards you in this way, or however they are, can help you for this to unfold in the best possible way. Like I feel like you're in between what you really want and what's actually happening. Okay. So let's see. Who is this person? This is the Visions of Life Tarot that we're going to use. Pull this information. I use these as oracle cards. You'll see why. And then we'll get into the tarot. Okay. I'm going to pull a few characteristic cards so you know who more this is, but we're going to start here with these. So who is this person that's coming towards? What can you tell us about this person that's coming towards pile 4? Okay. You have a lot of motherly energy here. You have self-sufficiency. You have motherhood. And you have sensuality. Ooh, being tempted by something, huh? You have the devil on your shoulder there. Taking on no more responsibility. Not taking any more responsibility. Not taking on any more. It's funny that these two outfits, and these are like supposed to represent to me like something that it needs your undivided attention, or you're giving it undivided attention, is in the same red polka dotted that the stork is bringing in here, which is another one of these, something that needs your undivided attention, and you're saying, no, I have plenty. Look, she's ready to beat that stork with her rolling pin. So I'm going to get one more, but these all came out together, which I think is interesting here for who this person is. This is someone that I feel like is not, they're not able to take on any more from what they already have. Like this, they're already like juggling or balancing certain responsibilities or things in their life, and they can't take on any more new things. But there is this like devil on their shoulder here. This is what I feel. I feel like this is the person that's coming towards you is the one that's bringing you this potential new opportunity or potential new thing. But what you're seeing this as is, this is more responsibility for me, and I already have like certain things going on. I already feel like in a good place where I'm self-sufficient, and I can't take on anything else. Like, I'm just now getting these kids under control, and you're going to throw one more at me? Like, no. But this is someone that has a way of kind of talking you into something, or there's like this devil on your shoulder, where they play the devil, where it's they're trying to convince you or talk you into it. Okay, so interesting. But I feel like with this card here, what y'all chose is not exactly what, this is not the way you wanted something to be or go. Romantic. So this, I feel like for most of you, is a romantic thing, but this could also be like somebody romanticizing a transformation or a change, but never quite getting off the ground, because you have the rocks there with that are holding on to the butterflies, or that they're actually a part of the butterfly. So it's like you can only go so far with something. But this is somebody that could be a poet. You know, they're trying to poetically express a transformation in some way, but it's not really going anywhere with you. I do feel like somebody's trying to convince you of something. A lover. This is a lover. It's this card. I always laugh when I see this card, because this is like an unexpected thing as well. Let's see if we can get more details of this person so you know who this is. But of course, this could be somebody you don't know. With lover here, he almost comes in an apologetic kind of way, right? I feel like somebody's trying to interrupt your peace in some way with self-sufficiency. It's who is this person? How will Pile 4 know who this is? We have viral video star. How will Pile 4 know who this is? And conspiracy theorist. How will Pile 4 know? And then meme lord. We also have laundry mountain climber. Is this a mother? You have this motherly energy here. This is what I feel like a lot of times. Laundry mountain climber. So lots of responsibilities. If she's got this many kids, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kids. She's definitely got a lot of laundry on her hands for sure. Okay. So let's just take this out so we're not just. This is someone with meme lord, so they could just be someone you would describe in this way, okay? They could be a virtual video star, or someone that is interested in that in some way, or yeah. Okay, so take those how they fit or resonate so you know who this is. And we're going to get the tarot to figure out what this person wants. Why is this person coming towards you? For whatever the reason. Why? Conspiracy theorist. As I say that, the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so by the way, these roles could be switched. I'm just reading the storyline, so the perspective of whose perspective I'm not sure. This is definitely someone that's coming towards you in an unexpected way, wanting to offer perhaps an apology, or wanting just to offer you something. You're not prepared, I feel like, for this. This person's coming in a way where they are nervous. There is this apologetic or energy here where they feel nervous. This may have to do with being self-sufficient and responsibilities and not taking on any more. But someone, see here, it's here again. Someone trying to talk you into something, you know? Someone trying to talk you into something, or be careful here with this person, especially around like drinking or under the influence, or even if it's under the influence of love, you know? Like this feels love balmy kind of, you know, with the flowers and chocolates and everything. It's like, be careful of this person, because they may have a particular way where they can like talk you into things, really like convince you of something. Yeah, but you may feel as if something doesn't change or get off the ground in some way. Interesting. Okay, anyway. Oh. I had an unknown call. I'm pretty sure it's telemarketer, but still. The night of, look at this. There's a lot of like coming in, taking action, coming in very quickly to talk to you. Very quick to talk to you, very quick to apologize. Okay. This could be describing you. Anyway. Take it how it fits. Take it how it fits. Okay, so why is self-sufficiency here? Who's this person? What do they want? Okay. 2 cards came out together. Ooh. It's the 3 of Pentacles, self-sufficiency. Okay, so this feels like somebody that's... This is this unexpected energy, someone coming in unexpectedly, because they're coming in quickly or they're coming in abruptly. It's like someone that's wanting you to commit to something, or wanting to commit to something, or wanting you to work with them in some way. Like they're coming across as being somewhat bold, or like not arrogant. It's not an arrogant energy. It's a coming in wanting to offer something, but it's quick. It's like needing to fix a situation or straighten something out, which is strange. The King of Wands is not something I normally get from that, but you know, this could also represent someone that needs some sort of guidance, or needs something, needs you to work with them in some way, because they're not self-sufficient on their own here. Why is motherhood here? Page of Cups in the reverse. Okay, this could be a child that's coming in towards you like this unexpectedly. This could be a child. Why is they're coming in kind of, I mean, this is someone that's upset or emotional when it comes to this, you taking something on, and you're like, you know, I have so much of my own crap going on over here with all these kids. I can't take any more. Tell me about sensuality. 7 of Wands in the reverse. Why is romantic here? The Knight of Swords. Why is the Page of Cups in the reverse? The 4 of Swords. This is someone that has basically utilized all scenarios possible. Like, they want you to reevaluate or look at something. Think about something. They want you to think about something. Why is this 7 of Wands in the reverse? The Page of Wands. Yeah, this would be the devil on your shoulder here. The Page of Wands. It's trying to convince you to take something on. It's trying to convince you to let your guard down. Why is the Knight of Swords here? The World in reverse. Okay, so this is someone that's wanting something to begin or new or close something out. I think they're having a difficult time doing this on their own. Okay, I need some more information about the World in reverse. This is like somebody that's taking action because they don't want something to end, or their romantic energy here. Look at them, they're in the same kind of outfit, you see? Or not same outfit, but you know what I mean. Like they have that red apron thing on, which always makes me think of a red flag. It's like this person's wanting to take some sort of action here before something comes to a close. And they're really like laying it on, but you're seeing this as someone where nothing really ever changes or gets off the ground. Why is the Three of Pentacles here with the King of Wands? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It's maybe taken this person a long time. Wait, or they can't do something on their own with self-sufficiency. Yeah, look at that. And the Knight of Pentacles came out twice. There's two different ones of these in this deck. You always see like, it'll be this character here, and then like this person here. It will always be that way with this deck. Though there's double of all the suits. So, that King of Knight of Pentacles in reverse is to me like a double whammy, saying this has to do with this person's. This has to do with something with this person, and needing to take responsibility, or needing to take responsibility for what they have, but they've not been doing that. But they're asking you to work with them. That seems a little contradictory, doesn't it? Why is the Four of... It's like someone asking you to show up for them, but they haven't even showed up for themselves. They're like asking for you to work with them or commit to something here, but they can't even support themselves, or they can't even admit something to themselves, or they can't even move in the right direction or get off the ground in some way. Why is the Four of Swords here with that Page of Cups? Yeah, look at that. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. This causes you to reevaluate, rethink some things with this person's behavior or how they present themselves. It's like this is something that you don't want for, like, you don't see it playing out in a good way, because like this, you're already ready, like you have the rolling pin there, right? So you're already ready to like shut this down. I'm shutting this down right here, right now. I can't take on anymore. This person is emotional about this, or you may even see like an emotional outburst from this person where they're like really wanting you to reevaluate when it comes to, you know, please be patient with me, or something that you know, please invest in this, or please rethink this, you know. Why is the Page of Wands here with the Seven of Wands in the reverse? The Queen of Wands? I mean, whoa, no. Queen of Swords. I saw the Queen of Swords, but for some reason said the Queen of Wands, which reminds me. Makes me feel with this sensuality card, be very careful of this person. I feel like in some way their love bombing could be to boost you up, you know, with that devil right there. It's like boosting you up in some way, buttering you up in some way. This Page of Wands with the Queen of Swords, I feel like what this is insinuating is you have the ability to like make or break this person, or at least they may feel that. Um, this is very much so someone like saying, "Don't give up on me," or "Don't give up on this." Um, there's a call here for you to use logic, though, and you know that you're trying to. You want to be like this person's like you want to give this person good news, but they're trying to get that out of you. This person's trying to get this out of you. They're trying to get you to take on something. The Emperor just fell out of the deck and on the floor, and then there's that Queen of Wands. This is someone that really sees you as, like, they do put you in a very good light, right? This is someone that does will butter you up in a situation to get what they need or want from you. I'm not saying this person doesn't care about you, love you. I don't know who this is to you, but they also like they feed off of those things because they do see you in that way. They feel like you have, like with manifestation, they may feel like you're able to make more happen than they are in whatever this has to do with. Okay, tell me about the World in the reverse with that Knight of Swords and romantic. What's the World in the reverse? The Knight of Cups in the reverse. This person's afraid of you walking away from them. If you are romantically involved with this person's afraid of you walking away. They feel like they need to take some sort of action because they feel like that, I don't know, did you say something to this person because this Queen of Swords is here? See, even though she's got the devil on her shoulder there, she seems very calm, cool, and collected, right? I feel like you're fixing to see a side to this person that you haven't seen yet. Be careful if this is like a past lover, because and this could be somebody you're already romantically involved with. Doesn't have to be, but you could be. Be careful if this is a past lover, because they could have closed, like someone could have just given up on this person and that's why they're coming towards you. Just keep that in mind. I feel like you feel pretty confident though here, whatever this is. I feel like you feel pretty confident in whatever you... Let's see. How are you feeling about this with this King of Wands in reverse? How do you feel about this person coming towards you with this self-sufficiency? There's the Emperor. You feel in control. That's what I was trying to say. You feel in control here in this. Or it makes you feel like you have control again. But either way, it's like you just feel like you're ready for this, even if it's unexpected. It's like you feel in control about it and of yourself. Tell me about this Page of Cups in the this might be why this person goes into this Page of Cups in reverse, because of your demeanor. So they could come across as coming in very strong and, and pretending that they have themselves under control and they know what they're doing or whatever, self-sufficiency. But the way that you show up is the Emperor. So you kind of look at this and say, and immediately you feel like, I don't know, you see through this person in some way, or you just feel like that whatever the circumstances, you feel in control, which I think is really good. So tell me about the page, obviously, right? Page of Cups in the reverse with this. Four of Swords, Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. What is Page of Cups in reverse? Page of Swords in reverse. Okay. I mean, not reversed, upright. I think that could switch pretty easily, though. Anybody that is in a emotional instability and they're trying to get something from you, I mean, it could flip from being very listening and open and honest to, you know, to a reaction where they're saying things they don't mean, or you know what I mean. But it's funny too, because that Page of Swords is looking right at that, you know. He's looking here and he's looking here, huh? You know, it's also, I was meaning to ask, how are you showing up here? Well, I just asked to clarify everything else already. There's some sort of information or truth. I'm needing to know about this. That's why that came out in that way. What is it about? Nope. We're going to use what's the T? What is this? What is this Page of Swords? What is this information or this communication, clarity? What is this Page of Swords? What is this Page of Swords? What is this Page of Swords? Fake accounts. Fake social media accounts to spy. Instagram, Twitter. There's with virtual video star or something. Okay. This person may have a fake account and they're watching you in some way, or something like that, but this person's bringing in some information that they feel like that they have, or they could be coming in a way where it's not honest, or you don't believe them, you know? Bad habits. Okay, that makes sense. This person's repeating some sort of cycle and you're recognizing it. You have Thief at the bottom here. This person feels like that this feels like a child going to a parent and asking for something and you tell them no, and it's almost like they try to make you feel bad about it in some way. And you're like putting your foot down basically because you see this person's pattern and you feel like it's not, whatever they're telling you is like to cover up something else. Also, I feel a lot of it now. I feel a lot of different things going on with these cards. These two in my hand. And it just might be different situations. This is like somebody with addiction. I feel like for some of you, this could be somebody coming towards you asking for something and you're turning them away because you feel like that it's not good for this person if you continue to be this motherly energy towards them, or yeah, this is like you have to cut this off, you know, in some way. And I don't know what this has to do with, but you see it as a bad pattern for this person. I mean, this could be just something toxic that you feel like is not good for them. They react emotionally because you don't either give them or take on something. And they react emotionally asking you to think about it, to reevaluate. Particularly the Seven of Pentacles. Can you give me a card for that? Yep, there it is. That Five of Swords. It's like something doesn't change. You recognize that something's not changing and it's conflicting. It makes you reevaluate the situation because you're like, well, you know, I'm losing patience here with this because nothing's changed, or you're repeating another cycle, or I can't take on anymore. I already have enough responsibility, you know. Or this person, like, you helped them out in the past and they betrayed you, or you helped them out in the past and like they're asking it of you again, and like you're creating, you're enabling the pattern with them, and you're trying to be this motherly energy over this. Others of you, this person, especially if you're online, they may have fake accounts, and their bad habit could be to watch you. That Page of Swords is about spying. So they may have seen something that caused them to reevaluate where you are. Whatever it is, it's made them emotional. They may feel like a betrayal in some way, or they're afraid of this. This is making them feel anxious because of something they've seen or you've said. Okay, so there's a few different types of scenarios there, because I feel a few different types of people as far as who this is to you. So why is but I'm going to move on here. So how are you feeling about this? How are you feeling about this when it comes to this person with this 7 of Wands in the reverse, Page of Wands, Queen of Swords? How are you feeling about this? The Hierophant. You feel like this is a lesson. You feel like you've learned a lesson. They need to learn a lesson. This is, you feel like that you're sitting in the position of the right position. I mean, not to say there's a right or wrong, but it's just like you feel like you have a significant understanding of what's going on here, and you're listening to the Hierophant. You're listening to those morals, you're listening to those values, you're listening to what you feel like is right. And you're not, I feel like you're not letting your guard down about this with that Hierophant. The 2 of Cups. You are loyal or committed to this person. You don't feel the need to defend that. Like, you don't need to make me feel bad about this, or I don't need to sit here and defend why I'm doing what I'm doing, that I care about you, that I'm loyal to you, that I can trust you, or you can trust me. I don't need to sit here and go through all this with you. It has nothing to do with this. This has to do with you having something here that I can't take a part of or take on or continue to contribute to, This is also somebody that's trying to reassure you of their loyalty or commitment. It's not, see, that's the thing. It's not that you don't care about this person or you don't have this loyalty or contract with this person. It's that you feel like it's not worth the fight. So this is a feeling of just kind of letting this be. But again, remember, you're coming across as you feel like you're in the right, or you're sitting like you're in control of this. How do you feel like, I mean, it's like I'm committed to you, and I'm on your side, and I understand, but this is, I can't be part of this. I can't keep contributing to this. I can't keep fighting for this. I can't keep doing this, I wasn't going to ask anything, but the Page of Cups just came out. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that this is your energy. Like, this is a very, like, sincere, empathic, apologetic kind of energy. This is like saying, I understand everything that you're telling me and that you're going through, but I still can't help you. Or I understand everything that you're saying, but I still can't defend that, with that 7 of Wands in reverse. This person too is in a place to where I feel like they're kind of backed into a corner, like they don't have any defense, even if they're trying to find it. It's like whatever you say to this person is like the truth, and they know it, and there's not a lot of defense that they have here. I hope this all makes sense. How are you feeling about this person when it comes to this Knight of Swords in the World in reverse? Ooh, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This is no longer supplying. I heard in my head supplying. No longer giving or supplying something to this person. You're held back from this person with that Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, King of Wands in reverse. Page of Pentacles is at the bottom, which to me is a lesson. It's also an offer. Look at that. Wow. Oh. This is, I feel like, a lesson for this person. They feel like they know something and they don't. They don't know. It has to do with some sort of shift or change when it comes to themselves or working on themselves or work or a project or putting in effort into something. They feel like things are going great. Look at this. And then you hit this Nine of Swords. This is crazy to me. Look at this. Wow. This is somebody that's in recovery mode. That's what we're seeing here. This is somebody that is like, they're in recovery mode right now. They're trying to figure out, how do I recover this? How do I recover this situation? How do I recover it? Yeah, something happened here that was difficult, where there was something that didn't come together, or it was unexpected or didn't work out in some kind of way for this person. But I feel like it was part of their karma in some way, because they weren't honest or truthful, or they weren't doing something like that they were supposed to be doing, or something like that, and it caught up with them. And now they're trying to go into this recovery where they've been stuck in their head about it, but now it's like, okay, I have to do something to this point. See, they're in the 9. They went through the 8. They're in the 9, and they're trying to make sure the 10 doesn't happen, which is the world ending here of something. But you have this Ace of Swords in reverse. So this is somebody that's going in recovery mode. They're trying to fix something before it gets taken away, or before it ends, or before, like, they're trying to fix something. They're trying to recover something that they feel like they may lose. Look at this. This right here is what I'm talking about. Because you have a King of Pentacles, but by the time it's over with, it's a Page of Pentacles. It's not the way it's supposed to go. And then in between, look guys, you have 6, 8, 9. You're missing 7. 7's about alignment. 7 also has to do with relationships, which leads me to a commitment, honesty, loyalty, truth, a contract. Something was broken here, not in alignment. This person, I feel like, maybe screwed up somewhere where they didn't live up to something in some way. This is like, the King of Pentacles is here, but he has the Ace of Swords in the reverse behind him. So he missed a step, a very important step of something, right? Or he wasn't honest, presenting himself as a King of Pentacles, but it's not the truth of who he really is. This is somebody, I feel like, that's getting, like, needing to take a seat. I mean, to be honest. I feel like this is somebody that needs to just humble. They're being humbled. I mean, you have the 6 of Swords, so they're having to go, like, back to the drawing board, back to something. They felt like they were transitioning or getting to a good place. They felt like things were working out, everything's moving forward, and now they're under all this stress. something happened quicker than this person was ready for. And so they're coming in with this apology, with this offer, with this, they're coming in this new energy, and they're very nervous about it because they're hoping that it goes well. They're hoping that their effort will pay off, and that they can get through this rocky waters here, and come out who they said they were. Does that make sense? But the thing is that you see this person, you're holding back because you can feel their energy that something is off. Like they're way too something. Why is the King of Wands in reverse? King of Cups in reverse. They're being way too, this is like when you're being way too, this is what I say to my kids when they want something. And they're super sweet, you know, when they're sweet, but they're more sweet. Like, and I'm like, what do you want? You know, what is it? And it's always something, you know. It's like, what is it? You can sense this from this person. You know, like their behavior, their emotions, and their reaction, or how they're acting is because they're wanting something here from you. You sense it. So that's why you're holding back, or why you're guarded, or you're not giving to the situation. I think they know it too, and I think that's why they're coming in the way that they are. What's going to happen here? Moving forward? Ooh. Aces of Wands in the reverse. There's the Six of Swords. There's the Six of Pentacles. And there's the Ten of Wands in reverse. You go from the Ace to the 10, both in reverse. Six of Pentacles, Six of Swords. This is, I mean, you don't give this person what they're wanting, period. I mean, that's Ace of Wands in reverse. Their plan doesn't work. It doesn't come together. Ooh. I've been getting a lot of taste. Oh, my mouth's watering. I've been getting a lot of taste lately. I don't know why, but I just tasted this. I forgot about this. It's like a soup, and it has like a roux in it, and then you start with like tomato paste, or you have tomato paste in it, and corn, and black beans, and just all these different kinds. It's like a vegetable soup. I just tasted that, and now I want to make it. It's a nice rainy day today. That sounds good. It's something to do with like this, getting to a calmer place, someone being generous, but not taking that responsibility. So why the Ace of Wands in the reverse? What's the reason for it? The Magician in reverse. You don't feel good about this. You don't feel good about this. And you're calling it. Not that you're still loyal, committed to this person. You still have the Hierophant and the Two of Cups there, but it doesn't feel right. And so or maybe you just can't, you know, who knows. But then you don't have what you need in order to offer this person opportunity, or offer them something, or you don't have any advice or ideas to give them, or you see like this, it doesn't feel right. With the Magician in reverse, it can be a very manipulative energy. It's like trying to make something work in your favor. Just doesn't feel right. Why is the Six of Swords here? The Judgment in reverse. Yeah, you're not participating in this with this person. You're allowing them to go through this or do this on their own. If this is like a romantic thing, you're not taking this person's opportunity because you don't trust them, and you're moving away from this. You're making a judgment call basically to not have some sort of renewal. or continuous cycle. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? The Five of Wands in the reverse. This is like, I can't be a part of this fight, or we agree to disagree, or let's just bygones be bygones, or just go our separate ways, or I can't give to this situation. This is like you saying to someone, this is your battle, not mine. I have too many responsibilities. I have too much stuff going on here. Which is the Ten of Wands in the reverse. You're laying this burden down. Look at that, the star in healing. This sucks for this person. I'm going to be honest, but it may be a good thing. I feel like it is a good thing because I feel like they're having to face this judgment on their own, which they need to, whatever this is. You're not continuing the pattern. You're laying this down. And what the thing is here with you guys is that this is very healing. This is very inspiring. You know, this is very, like, you've came a long way to not take this on, to choose not to take this on. Yeah, the Two of Swords in reverse. It's like I'm not taking responsibility for your dream, your wish, or whatever it is. That's your goal, your wish, or whatever. That's your responsibility if that's what you want. But I'm not taking, I'm not taking on any of this. The Sun in reverse with the Two of Swords is like, this is a big step for you because I think that you've not ever really fully saw this clearly, and I think that you will. This is Leo energy, and then you have the Aquarius here as well. It's hard to make this decision to cut this off. It's sad. It's disappointing. It's hard. It's not something that you're like ready to do or you're happy to do. It's something that you know you need or you have to do. And there's a certain understanding about this that's really significant. What's going to happen with this person moving forward? What's going to happen with this person? This is a hard situation because no matter what the dynamics are between the two of you, it's basically like you having to love this person and look at them and say, I care about you, but I care about myself, and I don't want to disappoint you. I don't want to make you sad or unhappy. I have to. I don't have a choice here because they need to see the light on their own, you know. So what's going to happen with this person? Some of you, this may be a child with some sort of an addiction, but it could just also be a pattern. What's going to happen with this person? Well, they just gave me a whole entire book, and it's interesting. We'll see why. I am going to look at these because this card isn't upright, and these all are. So let's look at these first, which I don't feel good energy from it. You have the Three of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the High Priestess. What is this card? It's the Two of Pentacles. This person, they go towards another option, or they go towards something else, or they try something different. I need to get some clarifiers. What happens with this person? Some of y'all may not care about this, but some of y'all do. Pisces, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. Could be dealing with a fire sign. Tell me what the, so they have to make a decision. The Three of Cups in reverse can look like going back to something that you know is not good for you, or you know is not okay. This could have other people involved. This could be a friendship group that this person knows, you know, they need to stay away from. Tell me about the Three of Cups in the reverse. You have a Page of Wands in reverse. That's bad news. This is bad news. This is someone. This is like this could be like going out and just blowing off steam, and it causing no good, like no good here. Or this could be someone, you know, that this person is sending some sort of message, and it's something that they need to stay away from. Why is the Ace of Pentacles here in reverse? It's another resource that this person has, whatever that means to you guys, whatever the situation is. Why is this Ace of Pentacles in the reverse? It's the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. What's our time? Because with the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, I feel like we've been reading for a long time. Y'all's reading is almost an hour. There's so much that's here, and I haven't even got the message cards out yet. Sorry I was reading this so long, but I feel like there's just a lot that's been going on here. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Whatever they're choosing here is not good. It's not going to help them. This can be like a second chance, asking someone else for a second chance, or doing something else that involves not the bestest of things. So why is the Knight of Wands here? The Five of Cups in the reverse. Why is the Queen of Wands here? The Three of Swords in the reverse. Why is the High Priestess here? The Eight of Swords in the reverse. One more, hold on. Yeah. Okay, so if this is romantic, this is somebody that's going back to someone else to heal a situation so that they can, because that person is giving them what they need. If this isn't a romantic situation, basically, this could be someone that this person... Wait, hold on just a second. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Okay, not my circus, not my monkeys. Not my circus, not my monkeys. Why is the Three of Cups here? Sorry, guys. And the King of Swords. The Four of Pentacles. That's Five Pentacles. This person has to do something that they don't want to do. If this isn't like a romantic thing or whatever, this is someone that they have to do something they don't want to do. They do overcome this, but they have to do something that they don't want to do. Something happens to this person where they don't have a choice. It's an unfortunate thing. It doesn't go the way that they planned. They may even lose something here. But it's just the way the cookie crumbles. Just plain, it's just phrase in my head. The they come out of this stronger. Yeah, the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. They do come out of this stronger, but they're not, it's kind of like having to start all over. There's this inspired energy that they have where they feel like they've overcome some challenges, And this loss is where the inspiration is coming from, which they wouldn't have ever had if it wasn't, if you were continuing the pattern with this person. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like you have that understanding, and that in itself is healing to you. If this is romantic and this person's going back to someone, that situation does not play out in the way that they intend. This is someone that, like, what happens is you give them a version of something that they want or they need or they know they could get, and going back to a situation they realize is not good for them. And why is the 8 of Swords here with that High Priestess? King of Swords in reverse. Look, King of Swords in reverse. The Empress is in reverse at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I mean, that's the bottom line here with this. This person is, what happens to this person? Well, they get a different perspective of someone, or they get a different perspective of their situation and why things aren't growing for them, why they're not going anywhere. And this is the information, this is the knowledge of their higher self that they needed in order to stop sabotaging themselves. This is what happens because you do put a stop to something with this person, or tell them no. You know, this message came out. I haven't done the other readings in a while. I mean, well, in a while, I mean, like, it's been a day, so I don't remember exactly, but I remember reading an energy similar to this. What would this person say to Paul 4 if they could say anything? This makes sense with this 444. You may have been seeing that a lot, being the number of protection. You let me down. Yeah, that's the thing here. This, I think you do, but look at these. Wow. Hold on. I fear that you will reject me, and I think that you do. I want to tell you how I feel. Like, I don't feel that good about cards. Like, somebody saying, well, let me tell you how I feel. I wish I could share my good news with you. Play hard, time to laugh and goof off. I want to make amends. I wish things could be different. Let's get one more. One more. I hope you're happy for me. And I know you don't feel the same. Okay, so let's get some advice. I'm going to try to speed this along, since we spent a lot of time in this reading. I want to start putting my, just as like shorter readings sometimes. You know, I'll still do long ones from time to time, but like shorter readings sometimes, and then putting like an extended version on my membership page, but I have the best of intentions. Take a risk. Number 25. Oh, compromise is needed. And then you have necessary sacrifice. So this is you taking a risk, because remember, you feel loyal and committed to this person. So this is, remember, it's not easy for you. You're sad about this, that you can't help this person. You can't be there. You can't do this. Or you can't love this person. You can't be in a relationship with them, or whatever the situation that you're not giving. It's like you don't feel good about it. You feel bad about it because you care about them. Just as a person in general, you know. But you have necessary sacrifice, which is the number 14 in Temperance. You can't have a new beginning without letting something go. Create space for change, and new things will find you. You have take a risk, number 25. Number 25, 2 and 5, making a decision to change the situation. Overcome the fear of taking a risk, and your bravery will be met with reward. Let your intuition guide the way. And number 73, compromise is needed. In order to have a positive outcome for this situation, it's necessary to compromise, and then a win-win resolution. I do feel like that you and this person will have a win-win resolution, but I think it's just going to take some time, because initially when you turn this away, if this is not romantic, if it is romantic, I think that you do turn this away, and I think you may go your separate way from this person. if that has to do with the relationship. But if it has to do with something that you've been giving to this person in some way, then there is going to be a compromise later. But I think this person kind of has to turn around and say, oh, you let me down. And they play and have fun and goof off with and do things that, they probably shouldn't be doing. It's almost like this person has to hit rock bottom in order to figure out why you've made decisions that you have, and then they have this understanding. But it takes time. And I think that it all works out, in the end, but it just takes time. Number 10, don't settle for less. You're a child of the divine, and you deserve to have your dreams come true. Don't give up. Okay, for y'all's long reading, let's get some initials and some charms. Okay. No charms, or no initials. There we go. It's a little bit. You okay? Y'all see that? U, O, and K right there. You okay, and Q, quit. Quiet. You've been quiet. Are you okay? Stuff like that. Okay. You have love is never wasted. You have don't let your happiness depend on something that you may lose. You have the little footprints. So, following in someone's footprints is here, or taking your own path. You have the lollipop. So that would be the opportunity. Something that takes time, though. And life's what you make it. Okay, guys. So I'm going to leave you right here. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all your love and support and kindness, of course. I hope this helps. Good luck to you with this, and I hope to see you soon.